So much drama in the world today. So much drama in the world today. Oh, got a little bit of feedback. So much drama in the world today. Oh, got a little bit of feedback. All right, that's on mute. Let me go ahead and throw on my advertisement while we wait. Make sure I got my shit right. See me, excuse my language. That's right. Here on Lotus Television, it's a little PG-13 because I want all ages. I even want children to watch it so they can know not to fall for the comedic Hotepin, Setepin, raw hustle. You know what I'm saying? That NBK, Dagger Squad, Raw Squad, the Adjustment Bureau, House of Consciousness, and their elders, comedic elders, Officer Hotep, and all these promoters of this pseudo nonsense. There's so much more information that I could talk about. I could literally go on forever. I mean, I could do a 365 and it would be an absolutely different topic on what they call hieroglyphic translations. But I'm not tedious like that. So I like to get straight to the point and end all discussion. So let me pull something up. Let me see if I can get this to work this time. Let me see. See, I don't think so. That's whack, man. I don't know. Maybe someone could fill me in on that. Check out the chat. I see Madone Kimmett got jokes. That's all right. Madone, your Kimmett gonna be gone. Calling me sugar free. That's a good one though. Ali to Ilokoa, to all the family out there. Feathers up. You already know. Tribe up. Check it out. Check out everybody who supports our information. Check out Brother Sanchez with the Flat Earth community. Who else? I'm not really into any of the comedic stuff. Let's see. Before we get started, I want to get a little more people in. All right. I mean, I might even give a preliminary and bring you in, Madone, but I don't want to spoil it. I didn't even want to spoil who we have the possibility of doing a hangout on. I have to contact and fill them in on exactly how it's going to read that we're going to go in on. But so far on Solar Mind and Lex Vortex's channel, it's actually Lex Vortex's channel, and Solar Mind is like a mediator. And we're going to get it in. Brother Madone Kimmett is in the chat right now. And, you know, when we do discussions or even a debate, I don't like to have that WWE, you know, House of Consciousness type of going at each other's throats and stuff, and then really friends behind the scene and stuff like that. Not really like that. I'm from the West Coast. You know what I'm saying? I grew up in Pasadena, California, grew up in the hood. Not really into all that weirdo stuff. But, you know, we're going to do it like family, and we're going to do it right. But before that, yeah, y'all see it, day 2. Dagger Squad, NBK, and Raw Squad, MetaNetter on trial. Tribe up. Hashtag tribe up. Hashtag, I'm going to put it in later. Hashtag, I'm just here to make you think, as Brother Dan Calloway shares with the people. I wanted to get my commercial going, but for some reason, you know, it won't show it. I mean, it won't show it at all. I don't even understand that. But let me try. I'm going to screen share. Try and get this going and see if it'll even show. Nah, it won't even show. That's weird. But okay, I think that's the way that the program is set up. So, you know, it is what it is what it is on that. No problem. No problem. So let me give a honorable admiration to everyone in the chat. Got my brother DJ, grew up in my hood. We got Mark Falk, been a good supporter. James Flames, of course, my Done's in there. Timekeeper Osceola, that's a new one. Greetings, well balanced to all. I like that. Honorable admiration to our brothers and our sisters if you tuned in listening, or when you tune in and listen. And especially if you've been interested in learning meta-netta or wanting to know what the hieroglyphics say, before you go to Jabari Osaze, who on Lex Vortex interview on Lex Vortex channel that he no longer has up, Jabari Osaze admitted white folks made meta-netta. I don't want to spoil too much of what's going to happen this weekend with Madone Kimmy, but you know, these things are going to have to be addressed. So, sip my little coffee. And go in. All right, so it's like this. You know, I'm not doing coffee and kush. Honorable admiration to Kev Gills, fraud department. I know he's excited. I could just see the look on his face when House of Consciousness let another meta-netta flunky, another pseudo-linguist, another pseudo-scientific language comparison, who go by the name of Polite, back in. So it's like you just gave fuel to brother Kev Gills. And I hope Kev Gills goes all the way in when Polite picks up some momentum. Because it's like, why did they bring back Polite? You know, I just want to speak to the family, share a little something, see if you're thinking what I'm thinking. Why did Polite come back? And this is something on the live stream that Brother Dan Calloway touched on. Why did Polite come back, and how? After all the things he's done. He's already scammed you with the meta-netta nonsense. He personally scammed me, getting my information on Contra Appia and Contra Appionis pertaining to... Oh, boy, come on, Madonna, don't say that. Well, anyway, Polite took the information, he used it, and he lied. He said nobody get knowledge from Black Lotus, and that was disingenuous for me. So before I picked up momentum in any form of fashion, I was on Blog Talk. Before I could get on YouTube and pick up momentum, they shut me down. They took females from Black Lotus Civilization. One of them wears a weave and had an escapade with, what's his name? The women basher. Tommy Sotomayor. So basically, here we go. Okay, so I'm gonna have to show it to you because apparently these Dagger squads, these NBKs, these Amun-Ra squads, and anyone attached to them promoting this meta-netta nonsense, they literally, like I said, this is like Fear Factor. I mean, look at me. Let's keep it 100. How y'all let some light-skinned brother coming out of California connect with more Africans than you, learn more African languages than you in less than 10 years? When I first started in 2007, I had studied over 37 languages. I learned all the regular old greetings, formal, informal, the deities, ancestors, guys, anything you can name, anywhere I can find it. And this stuff is simple. You could just go on African gods online and you can get every deity. But I wanted to know how to go to these places in the continent misnomered as Africa. That's not called Africa, by the way. And be able to communicate and link up. But it really starts from being an employee with Oakland, California's Quantum Research Facility. And all I did was interview people. Didn't even do it for 2 weeks. So a lot of people would get jealous. Oh, where's your badge? Like, bro, I didn't even get that far. I barely did a couple interviews. And the only reason why I got the interview is because I created a hypothesis called frequency plus sound equals color. And if you don't know about opus imperfectus, you're not going to know what I'm talking about. And then if you don't know the key elements to sound frequency, you're definitely not going to know what I'm talking about. So that's another story in itself. But let's get to it. All right. Back to the screen share. I can't share certain things. It's a little odd. I don't understand that. But let's bust this screen share out so we can see what's really going on. Okay. Now, the brothers on Team Osiris, honorable admiration to Team Osiris, they took it upon themselves to share this information a while ago. And this is information that I consistently tried to share and show. Yeah, you'll get the link when I'm done. It's going to be a preliminary. We talk about it, Madone. I don't want to go all the way in on it. So basically, I was sharing this information so everyone could see it for themselves. I wanted people to see it for themselves. I don't believe what I say. I want you to see it. All right, let me find it. Oh, yeah, I think I lost it. Hold on, y'all. So I wanted you to, I got one up. One is a list that is very blatant. But let me make sure everyone can see. All right, there we go. Okay. So you can see it here, and it's on Wikipedia. So people could say, oh, you're using Wikipedia. Okay, cool. Well, I can go to number 9 and see what pops up. So I can literally see where the information comes from. The use and misuse of language and study of African history. Ufahamu, or whatever. But that's not what we're focusing on here, y'all. What we're focusing on here is, this is the one. Okay. See, it's easy to access pseudoscientific language comparison. But before I get in, well, you know what? Let's flip that for the family. Let's look at pseudoscientific language comparisons first. One moment, y'all. All right, back at you. See, now this is a different approach. Some people said dealing with debunking metadata, you have people that just go straight to the point, that you cannot take a pictorial image that somebody made 5,000 years ago and say, oh, that means ba, da, fa, ka, God. You can't do that. That's baby talk. And in Egypt, it's called Adin Tamsib. Adin Tamsib. Adin Tamsib means baby talk. Okay? So you're gonna have to get that baby talk out of here. You know what I'm saying? Let me throw the powder on it, fresh out of the womb. Let's see if you're still alive. You won't be after this day. So pseudoscientific language comparison. You see it there. It's plain as day. Like, people act like this stuff doesn't exist. Same thing with Rob Bourne's intelligence misinterpreted. That's what I call it. He seems to think that Pigpen ciphered in pidgin language is the same thing. And they are not. So Rob Bourne, Mr. The Adjustment Bureau's assassin, the hidden assassin, and the one that does the drive-by, right? We need walk-bys, bro. I walk up on you. And this is how I'm going to walk up on you. Pseudoscientific language comparison is a form of pseudo-scholarship. That means Jabari, all the Adjustment Bureau, everybody on HOK, no matter what your name is, from Dr. Ben. Well, Dr. Ben said this was chickada. Ashra Kwesi, who said he didn't believe any of them deciphered the esoteric meaning. You on this list too. All of you, living or alive. And we're going to deal with the ones that are dead. And I don't care if I get disrespectful. You're going to have to eat this. Okay. That has the objective of establishing historical associations between languages by naive postulations or similarities between them. And you know what the problem is here? Y'all have these jailbait so-called scholars who did not receive attention fresh out of junior high school, That's where you receive a notification from a university that is establishing some type of track record of you having 4.0 24/7 in school. You didn't slip and get a B plus or nothing. That is a scholar, and that person goes to an Ivy League school only. All Ivy League schools bow down to the Edinburgh, period. There's nothing you can say about it. There's no conspiracy to it. Now, people who don't want you to know the information I just shared with you, oh, that's conspiracies. He's going to talk about the Royal Society again. Nah, so look at this. While comparative linguistics also studies the historical relationships of languages, linguist comparisons are considered pseudo-scientific by linguists when they are not based on the established practices of comparative linguistics or on the more general principles of the scientific method. Pseudo-scientific language comparison is usually performed by people with little or no specialization in the field of comparative linguistics. It is a widespread type of linguistic pseudoscience. You mean to tell me these people are walking around calling themselves scholars and they went to this Alpha Phi Alpha Jabari, and then you're this great Greek historian who's studying Kemet. There you go, Madame, which is a pseudo name for ancient Egypt. That part. How is it that when you go by the actual scholastic standards, I mean, the linguistic headquarters of scholarship, you find this information that I am about to read to you? It says certain types of languages seem to attract much more attention in pseudoscientific comparisons than others. These include languages of ancient civilization, such as Egyptian. It ain't saying, it does not say Kemet. It says Egyptian. Okay, now that's pretty simple. It talks about the Etruscan, Sumerian, language isolates or near isolates, such as Basque, Japanese, and Ainu, and languages that are unrelated to their geographical neighbors, such as Hungarian. So, unrelated to their geographical neighbors. Now, I already touched on this yesterday, that they had J.J. Bartholomew, Zoega, David Ackerblad, Sylvester de Saussy. Boy, I'm giving you a treat out of the Element Encyclopedia of Secret Societies after I read this next one. Okay, so there you have it, everyone. Yeah, you can say, oh, that's on Wikipedia, and okay, Wikipedia doesn't count, but Wikipedia got it from somewhere. Where did Wikipedia get it from? Y'all need to study the top universities of the world in linguistics in the top universities of the world if you want to get a real hold on this information. So, Bow, that's one down. I'll read it again. Dagger Squad, NBK, Amin Raw Squad. Y'all are pseudo scholars. You don't believe me? It says it right there. Pseudo scholarship. So when you say Metanetter is Bantu, you are a pseudo linguist. You are a pseudo scholar. But y'all run around calling everybody pseudo. Y'all adjusting everybody, huh? You just been adjusted. The Adjustment Bureau. That's one down. Step up if you can combat that. I don't know how you're going to combat that. So let's see where the pain really gets to seek in. Pseudo-linguistic comparisons. Let's see what this has to say. Okay. Now, I'm not going to read all of it, just like the last one. Comparative linguistics include the study of the historical relationship of languages using the comparative method to search for regular, i.e. recurring, correspondences between the language's phonology, grammar, and core vocabulary, and through hypothesis testing. That's clarification needed. Where'd they get that from? So some persons with little or no specialization in the field sometimes attempt to establish historical associations between languages by noting similarities between them in a way that is considered pseudoscientific by specialists, e.g. ancient Egyptian, huh? No, African Egyptian comparisons. If you're comparing a so-called metanetter, which doesn't exist, it's really just hieroglyphica, Egyptologo. If you're trying to say that ancient Egyptian language is an African language, you are pseudo. Okay. Okay. All right. Let's go down here. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You see, ain't no biases. You see, the information is all here. This is information that I know about, so everybody knows this. Yeah, I know this by heart. Now I have to slow down because I'll start reading stuff a little too fast. So as you can see, there's information here. Anybody can pause it and look at it. I'm not going to read all of it, but it's showing you. So I'll just read the languages: the Turian, the Urdu-Altic language, the Sami, the Mongolians, the Uralic, the Sun language theory. Don't do it. The Turkic languages, the Abrahamic languages, classic Hebrew. You know what I'm saying? The British Israelism. Man, I'm telling you, bro. I've been waiting to do this again because I've already actually put this information out. The Lithuanian, the archaeologist Marija Gimbutas, and the extinct Pictish language. Now, if anybody ever asked about the ancient Moorish, ancient Latin, or Bro Sanchez put it out there about that there were Twa people living up towards the North Pole. If you want to get some further information on that, look up Pictish. Look up the Pict people of Ireland, England, and Scotland, and along the borders. What's that? Amsterdam, basically the Scandinavian areas. But okay, that's the old European culture. You see, this information is all here. The Dissertatio de Origine Gentium Americanarum. You see, the Dutch lawyer Hugo Grotius proves that the American Indians, Mohawks, speak a language, lingua macuaciorum, derived from the Scandinavian languages. You see, that's falling under pseudoscientific language comparison and pseudolinguistics. I'm telling you, bro, I know my stuff, man. So let's get down to business. Okay, this one paragraph ends the Amin Ra squad, ends members of NBK promoting Metanetter, and puts the Dagger in the Dagger squad. So in 1759, Joseph de Guignes, or however you want to pronounce it, theorized Mémoire dans lequel on prouvé que les Chiens sont une colonie égyptienne. The Chinese and Egyptians were related, the former being a colony of the latter, in 1885. Edward Trigger, the Aryan Maori, compared the Maori and Aryan languages. Then you have Sean Pratt, FR, must be French, in his 1941 Les Langues Natales, claimed that the Bantu languages, there you go, Amin Ra squad, you just been exposed. Step up, be some men, grow a pair, flick the water behind your ear. Bantu languages of Africa are descended from Latin, coining the French linguistic term Nitale in doing so. Now, I've had discussions with real Bantu speakers about that information, and they were very upset. I know why. But the Bantu language is also claimed to be related to ancient Egyptian by Mubabingo Bilolo. Says French there too. Ancient Egyptian is, according to Cheikh Anta Diop, actually it's Cheikh Anta Diop, related to Wolof language, and according to Gilbert Ngom, ancient Egyptian is similar to the Douala language, just as Egyptian is related to Brabantic, following Becanus and his hieroglyphica, still using comparative methods. Now, here goes the part that really drives it. Douala language is a Bantu language, but they didn't call it Bantu because it was a European that quoted the phrase Bantu upon people in their language. So that's not looking good. That's just as bad as calling yourself a Pan-African. Then you have Becanus in his hieroglyphica. When you're dealing with Becanus in his hieroglyphica, let's see what date we're talking about. If that's before the Rosetta Stone, y'all pseudo. Johannes Goropius Becanus. 1519 to 1572. Y'all pseudo. There was no Rosetta Stone. No Rosetta Stone at all to be the so-called in-between for comparisons, because they have the Greek, the heretic, and the so-called hieroglyph in the Rosetta Stone. But we have here before 1798, before the so-called decipherment in the 16th century, Johannes Goropius Bacanus. And you see how they have him looking light like this? He was darker than me. But that's a story for another day. We're not going to talk about the publishing history hieroglyphica people. So anyway, the first practitioners of comparative linguistics were not universally acclaimed. Upon reading Bacanus' book, Scaliger wrote, "Never did I read greater nonsense. Just like when I deal with Dagger Squad, NBK, and Amin Raw Squad on this so-called meta-neta nonsense. I have never heard greater nonsense. Even with, what's his name? Jabari Osaze. I have never heard greater nonsense than dealing with them in this situation. That's why they'll play the whole, oh, don't listen to Lotus. Oh, he doesn't exist. He's the boogeyman. Don't say his name 3 times. He's going to pop out the mirror on us and expose our pseudo nonsense. Too late now. So in Leibniz coined the term Goropism from Goropius to designate a far-sought, ridiculous etymology. So what is the etymology of your so-called meta-neta, your so-called hieroglyphic translations? You don't even have an etymology to it. You can't even provide proper adjectives to it. You can't even provide a realistic noun to it. You can't even provide a scholastic verb to it. You're pseudo. So there have always been claims that humans are descended from other non-primate animals. Ankh. With use of the voice referred to as the main point of comparison, Jean-Pierre Brisset, La Grande Nouvelle, around 1900, believed and asserted that humans descended from the frog by linguistic means due to frogs croaking sounding similar to the French language. Ain't that very interesting? The people who deciphered meta-neta, which is not called meta-neta, which is just called hieroglyphica, are from France. You're going to let these frog brain idiots tell you what a pictorial image is? And then you're going to tell me, well, you're going to have to reverse what they did and show and prove that they're wrong. No, I don't. All I got to do is show you the actual languages from Egypt. I don't have to reverse nothing. So he held that the French word logement or logament, it's really just logament, dwelling, derived from the word aleo, water. Stop it. So the comparative methods that many members of the Amin Raw Squad use to try and say that, oh, when you're speaking this so-called meta-neta, you're speaking Bantu. You got to say it like Asar Imhotep, you know, the guy who speaks the click language without using clicks. It's Ababantu. You have to say it like these Boule Alpha Phi Alpha clowns. So, I mean, that's pretty simple. Let me see what the chat talking about. And I really wish that they would man up. Get in here and man up, man. Man up. Should be a new thing. Telling them just man up. So basically it's like this. If you are speaking meta-neta, you are not a linguist. You are a pseudo-linguist. If you're saying the so-called meta-neta is Bantu, if you're saying it's Beja, if you're saying it's Berber, whatever language you're claiming it to be, you are a pseudo-scientific language comparer. Period. There's nothing else to really be said about it. But I think that it should be more pain. I want more pain in this because I want to make sure that they man up and see this. Jabari, the police officer, meta-neta officer, Captain Sergeant Hotepin Setepin Raw. Who else we got? We got Raketi Amin, who loves Tamara Siuda. Let's see, who else? You know what I'm saying? I gotta show it. Okay, hold on, y'all. Oh, hold on. So who is this Tamara Siuda? Now, I put her out there already, so I'm not going to use my own information. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show her. This is the netter of Jabari Osaze, Amin Raw Squad, Jamin. That's her.
But I think that it represents more
Look at her. Look, man, I should zoom in. You gonna tell me that the lesbian right here, this manly looking ass crew cut from the military Navy Academy on the greater than Dr. Ben and greater than Check Onto Diop and greater than anybody talking about Egypt, who is it, Martin Brunel, whoever you can name, she on the History Channel. She's recognized. She has a 501c3 on the Orthodox Kemetic community. Uh-oh, Madone. I want to change that name. She runs y'all. This is y'all master teacher of today.
The concept that a person needs to be emotionally calm happen. He needs to be one with his emotions because the heart for the Egyptian was the seat of his emotions.
Yeah, look at this nonsense. Now, I don't want to crush my aunt completely. I don't even want to show no more of that. I'm a little disturbed looking at her and the so-called Egyptian person that's my complexion. You know what I'm saying? That's just too fake. So, okay. We see here. Let me get off this. We see there. Make sure they can see this consistently. That tomorrow's El Ceuta is running Kemetic community. Let me slow it down for everyone. Too much coffee, so bear with me. And I've already exposed Ordo Templi Astarte. I've already put all this stuff out, but they want to run or they want to act like it never happened. If somebody puts something out that I represent, I would address it. Why have they not addressed it? Why are they running? What are you so scared of? Are you afraid the people to know that you went to a university, Jabari Osaze, and you're a pseudo-linguist? You're a pseudo-scientific language comparer? Is that why you're afraid of Lex Vortex and you wait till Lex Vortex is not available to be around to do a live stream and then you come on like you're doing something? Where are you at? Come on, Jabari. I don't want to put your name in the title because you are the only person to admit to me that white folks made Meta Netter out of these so-called HOK stooges, you know. But anyway, let me slow it down. All right, stop it, Madonna. You never heard of her, but wait till you bring the information about what are you gonna bring about her? You wanna look, all right, Madonna. I'm gonna save you some trouble, Madonna. Is man. Who is tomorrow El Ceuta? Shot honorable admiration, Shalom Malak to Y and the other Hebrew brothers who shared their information about her to me. Look at her. She got Reverend in front of her name. So let's see who, let's go through Google. So here you go. Madone, here goes, since you have the name Kemet, here goes your master teacher. Tamar El Ceuta, born 1969, because she's a freak, is an American author, Egyptologist, and Coptologist. Boy, y'all don't want me to talk about Coptic. Coptic is the most pseudo-perverted Catholic, molesting children, raping, getting on, taking drugs, and having sex with animals and children. Let me stop. In fact, that's that same stuff that Farad Muhammad and them was on. So, in the Coptic stuff, and wait for it, Sufi, same nonsense. She is the founder and current spiritual leader of Kemetic Orthodoxy and the House of Necha Temple. He maintains a blog under the name Mambo Chitatan Mambo T, where she writes about Haitian voodoo. What the hell is going on here, y'all? All right, what school did she go to? University of Chicago. What school did Raketi Amin go to at the same time? University of Chicago, Oriental Institute. What did the Ordo Templi Orientis create? Oriental Institute. That part. Okay. I don't really got to talk too much about her, except for the important parts that really matter. It's when you talk about the money, and you talk about what she's running. That means she's running all of you out here in America that's talking that meta netter, Heru, Set-Tepin, Ho-Tepin, Mariamin, Daishikis from Egypt, really made in Taiwan, all that nonsense y'all kicking. In 1993, by the way, she's a Wiccan initiate too, y'all. That part two. In 1993, this group of people had grown substantially and gained legal recognition. I don't see no legal recognition on House of Consciousness. Y'all not the House of Nature. Y'all the House of Consciousness. Y'all can't even rock the Netter or Netcher or none of her stuff. She might sue you. Bow down. So recognition in the state of Illinois, as the House of Netcher Kemetic Orthodox Temple in 1999. Now people could say, well, we had the shrine of this and Marian Ma'at Hotepin, Set-Tepin, Ramasu, Harry, whatever the hoobity hoobla you want to say that pictorial images are. In 1999, the House of Netcher and Kemetic Orthodoxy was granted nonprofit 501c3 status by the federal government. She's federally recognized, and y'all just 125th Street recognized that part. So man, the Adjustment Bureau, y'all need help. Anybody in the Adjustment Bureau that's rocking this meta-netter nonsense, talking about we from Kemet. I've been to Egypt 400 times, and I went back there, and I saw my ancestor. Man, that's not your ancestor. You didn't do no DNA tests, which are fake, by the way. You didn't do no DNA test and prove that you are descended from Tutankhamun. Man, stop it. Y'all ain't them, man. Y'all claim West Africa in the first place. West Africa is as far as California is from New York, man. In fact, I think it's farther. That part. It is farther. So, okay. My brother Madone. You in trouble this weekend. Okay, so that's Tamara Ciuta. Madone didn't know about it, so I wanted to share. I did 3 videos on Tamara Ciuta. And it's ridiculous. When you dig into Tamara Ciuta, you'll be like, oh no, that's Raketi Amin's girlfriend. And I'll put people on blast. I don't care. Let's expose another thing, man. I don't know if I should read the book first or I should just get right to the meat potato. But let's expose something, man. Let's expose something. I'm gonna let y'all know that the whole Kemetic movement is also a bisexual movement. It's also accepting of lesbians, gays, and bisexual transgenders. It's an LGBT thing too. That's why Fellows of the Royal Society created. And Fellows of the Royal Society, they wear makeup, wigs, corsets, and nasty stuff. Just nasty. But hey, man, that's y'all. It is what it is. I don't care what you do in your bedroom. You're not in my bedroom. Don't come at me with that nasty stuff. I don't even trust people that be heavy into wearing the onks and stuff. I wouldn't even want to eat your food. You might put something in the food and try and do your weirdo ceremony on me. I don't trust y'all. Period. Don't believe me? Ask anybody that sat around Shaka almost too long. So all right, let's pull this up, y'all. I'm ahead of myself, man. Y'all probably know what I'm about to expose. Y'all should already know. Y'all should already know, man. Y'all should see it coming, man. So you got Tamara Ciuta as your stuff. Let me see how many views.
What is the spiritual purpose?
Oh no, I'm discussing already.
A black gay man.
Oh no.
The Dogon of Mali, Africa.
This is y'all leaders, man.
The blacks of ancient Egypt had a very clear answer.
That's y'all?
They said.
I can't even look at it too long, man. I can't do it. I can't do it, y'all. Sorry. Man, I might throw my coffee up on my laptop right now, man. So anyway, y'all see him. Gay black men spirituality. Y'all go look that up for yourself. I don't feel like discussing it. I'm not taking shots at you like that, Madonna. I'm not saying you a weirdo like dude, but I'm just letting you know that this is the element. This is the environment. This is the atmosphere that you come upon when you devote to that meta-netter nonsense, the speaking of the meta-netter stuff, walking around saying ma'at this, ma'at that, and you don't even know what ma'at really means. all that nonsense, man. So I mean, y'all can look that up, man. That shit is really nasty, disturbing. You know, it's very sick, and that's basically what a lot of them, you know, are into. That's why you get the vibe of a real nasty vibe when you deal with them. And yeah, someone exposed that. So I wanted to, I can't show dude because this is too nasty, and I don't want the LGBT coming after my channel and my stuff again. So I'll show somebody that's like him, but not, you know, too extreme. Well, I mean, he's extreme. Dude got to press on side lock. So I mean, I don't even know what to say. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna play his parody videos. I'm not. That's too long. I gotta find something short. Man. So I just wanted to expose this, the element that you got some lesbian running. Oh no.
Yeah,
that's that comedic music right now, boy. There it go.
I'm gonna show you.
Oh, you gonna show him what?
Yeah, I'm gonna show you.
Sex is a god of homosexuality. He rapes Horus, a tribe. He rapes Horus and sticks his phallic in Horus. And Isis yells out, put your hand between your behind and catch the seat. And this would make him virile. But also, he ended up snatching Seth's testicles out. And Seth snatched his eye out in the big battle. But he's a god of homosexuality too.
Really?
Bring me Wesley Muhammad. He's a clown. Oh, you want Wesley? Bring me them nuts. Bring me them nuts. I can crush them in my hands. Yo, but I'm not gonna lie to you. Never a debate. The next time you come to 125th Street, I will strip you butt naked.
What?
And that's on everything I own.
I'm gonna show you.
Don't ever come looking for me. Ever. Because you might not like what you find.
We don't.
If you're going to talk about homosexuality, talk about homosexuality. Wait a minute. If you're going to talk about homosexuality, talk about homosexuality. Wait a minute. If you're going to talk about homosexuality, sweetie, some of the dialogue that we're having here is kind of intense. So I just want to let you know I'm aware that she's here, and I'll try to be mindful of that, but it's not going to be easy. Okay.
Some cat by the name of Shaka, who's about the most feminist man on the planet. The most feminist man on the planet gonna tell us that homosexuality is in the Bible when homosexuality is coming out of his skin. It's coming out of his whole skin. When you look at Shaka, tell me now, this is just facts. I mean, it's just state. If when you look at Shaka Amos, the first thing you say is this man's been molested. That's what
all right.
Molested as a child.
Who's that on?
And that's why he's the way that he is. Because no man that claims to be straight is that feminine on purpose.
I mean, every picture I see, he's holding his opponents.
Listen, he's holding his opponents. He want to hold the mic. I seen the video. He tried to grab the mic for that for one of the cats talking. The cat said, "Nah, I'll hold my own mic out."
It's like, was that the same brother with the straw?
Don't get me started on the straw. They got a video of this brother. This brother, listen, the cat is doing a video. And listen, we gonna sidebar just for a quick second. Because the brother tried to defame the Lord. And I take personal when you do try to defame the Lord. And what that brother tried to do was say that there's homosexuality. Meanwhile, he's on the couch with Ali Muhammad. They doing some video. This cat got the cup in his hand. Listen, I damn near don't want to describe what took place with this straw. But let's just say that what he did with that straw, only a woman should do with a straw. So
Our history, it ain't no mystery. Just listen and you'll understand and show you what they cannot hide, what they can't deny. That Egypt was a black man. Lately, I've been thinking of days gone by and all the things that we forgot.
So okay. Y'all high priest, y'all master teacher is a white lesbian. Right? Then the HOK representative, hey, Kobe Bryant, you kind of weirdo too, bro.
No. I'm talking. Nobody say shit to me until I'm done. No, nobody say anything to me until I'm done. I'm not hearing nobody. No, I'm not hearing nobody. I'm not hearing anybody.
Ugh, man. All right, polite. We already know you a weirdo. See, when you type in Jabari Osazeke, I guess he got some type of block. You know what? He can't put nothing out about Jabari. He be with his wife all the time. That's the same nonsense that Shaka claimed that you always got a woman. So I'll show my good brother, Wake Up Indigenous Niiji, good brother. I'll show this short video since, you know, we don't have nothing out there.
Interesting point. The fraternity of Afrocentricity, giving niggas degrees in African studies who don't know shit.
Honorable admiration to our brother in peace, Steve Coakley, who put in that work. No matter what, rather you fully agree what he said or he went too far and exaggerated or whatever, man. That brother put in some work. He put in some work. Let's see what we see here.
About the white man. What do they teach in the African Studies Department?
So let's get this right. Y'all, pseudo-scientific language comparison, pseudo-linguistics. Y'all ran by some crew cut Navy SEAL cooter eating lesbian named Tamara El Ceuta. Y'all have some gay Dogon Kemetic priests who wear togas and be singing odd sounds and stuff that, man, I like keep your kids, hide your wife ass person. Then you got Shaka Amos with his PD Wee straw and extra effeminate Kemetic nonsense, because that's what the energy, the atmosphere, the environment of this whole meta speaking Kemetic nonsense really is. I mean, Al-Sar Imhotep was getting hit with paddles on his behind. I'm telling y'all, I'm about to really expose this stuff, man. I'm really about to really go in. But our brothers have already exposed it, so I'm going to share what they have put out before I bust these books out on them.
They teach niggas in slavery, niggas before slavery, niggas in the Middle Passage, niggas in the Civil Rights era, niggas in the Board of Education, niggas and some subjugated shit with some white people. Never do you hear in African studies niggas beat the white man. Never do you hear analysis on a power dynamic. How you gonna train a black man in African studies and they don't know shit about the white man? That's really dangerous. So there's a gap. Leonard Jeffries, who spoke with me at the State University,
Come on, man.
dealers are dishonest because they hate Steve Coakley for getting into this. When it's here, it should be gotten into, but they're into denial. They don't want the people. Why is it African studies departments are primarily at white colleges, at Temple and the State University of New York, or San Francisco State, the first African studies department, in the 60s. Nathan Hare, who helped found it, he can't even teach there. University of Minnesota. All these schools with African studies department are white schools. The black schools won't have African studies because they claim to already be black. So they don't deal in that. They don't give degrees in that. So now you got black professors at white universities having to teach black children the white way. And that's turned into the fraternity of Afrocentricity. I challenge those Negro professors on reparations, the Conrad Worrells and the others who are off on Columbus Day, who are off on Thanksgiving, who are off on Christmas. They get paid for colonial holidays and they for reparations. Something's wrong there.
Got him.
He started talking about me being a member of Alpha Phi Alpha. Family, if you look at my bio, if you look in the room that you're in, you will see that I'm a member of Alpha Phi Alpha. I have no issue with that. I'm not Greek. I'm an African. And you need to understand that. Do I belong to a Greek letter organization? Yes, I do. Do I belong to a Greek letter organization? Yes, I do. Do I belong to a Greek letter organization? Yes, I do. We are all members of Alpha Phi Alpha. And one of the reasons why we became members of Alpha Phi Alpha is because that organization has had a connection and interest to ancient Kemet since its inception. We are all.
Now, I said in the chat, my subject is Kemet. I'm not revealing my strategy. Jabari just did it for me.
All members of Alpha Phi Alpha. And one of the reasons why we became members of Alpha Phi Alpha.
That's not even my angle. I'm going to approach you, buddy.
Has had a connection and interest
you in trouble.
Ancient Kemet since its inception.
I'm talking about the Negro Masons. All they talk about is he a Mason? No, I'm from the craft of Amun Ra, not white folks Masonry. I'm talking about the Negro Masons. All they talk about is he a Mason? No, I'm from the craft of Amun Ra, not white folks Masonry.
So that right there, it has to stop, man. Like, we got to be beyond the character assassination. I don't care if I'm a drunk crackhead. If I'm spitting knowledge, man, I'm spitting knowledge. Like let's get with the knowledge.
You know where that's from, brother? When they do character assassination, you got to look at that as an agent of COINTELPRO. That originally happened in the top of the 1900s.
Oh, damn.
Okay, I mean, to be quite honest, a lot of those people that you see that are attacking me are part of the Boule. Okay, they're being undermined right now, and that is exactly how they make their money. And like you said, a professional YouTuber, it's deeper than YouTube. This is how they make their money. And keep in mind, they have to keep up that narrative in order to keep us blind, okay, to the actual truth. If they don't, then they're in trouble. That's the reason why you're seeing these character assassinations. They're not assassinating.
Tell them, Dane.
You're not killing me, nothing. And that's what's hurting them because they know I'm a totally different type of breed. I'm not going to, he's talking about me and make a video about him to give him some clout. It ain't going to happen like that.
Please don't. Please don't.
I mean, if that's your only gun that you're using, maybe you need to go back to the shop and get another one because it ain't happening, sir.
Uh-oh.
That bitch rusty.
So I'm smarter than that, and they know that. I know who they are. I see those blue badges. I see who they are.
Yep.
I'm not worried
You
about
see here.
Yep.
That's why you're under that lower entity. They're the lowest Greek fraternity right now.
Right.
For them Jews. That's exactly who those people are. And I'm talking about Sarnetta is number one.
All right. All right. So, honorable admiration, indigenous in Indigo, brother Chief Holiday in the building, Uga undefeated. We got Madone Kemet in there. It's about to be Madone Hebrew. You might have to change that to Madone Aboriginal, man. Come on, man. Tomahawk Tribe in the building. Seeker of Truth. Highly, though. Beautiful Aboriginal sister. My brother DJ in the building. Good brother known for decades. Libra Sun in the building. Ghost, feathers up, tribe up, wise up, rise up. Love the song, brother. What else we got in here? All right. Saw someone. Oh, Root Words in the building. Root Words, giving them Root Words. What's good, man? Yeah, Root Words, you don't want to see that, man. That's going to be disturbing. That's me and Madone in a debate. That's going to be like the movie Saw 10. Every move you make is going to be, you're going to have to cut your finger off to get through this one. Nah, I'm just spicing it up, man. Trying to make it entertaining. Who else we got in here? Okay. Noon Delez, what's good? Noon Delez spoke on something, and I want to read what he spoke on, so everyone can, get a hang on how deep this really is. This meta comedic nonsense is connected to the Boule Greek fraternity stuff in every form and fashion. Connected to all that stuff. You know. So you know, we have a sister in peace right now who Aretha Franklin. And if you look at her funeral and see the high end of the Boule all there. So I mean, we could go watch that and pause it and start running a little circle around all the heads, man. Blow them up, try and find out who they are. It's a whole lot of Boule in it. In fact, that was a Boule ceremony they did on the day of her funeral. So here's what it is. Yeah, definitely. That's why I give respect to Madone, because Madone actually stepped up. Even though I used to harass Madone, when Madone would be on the Flat Earthers thing, he don't want to talk about Flat Earth with me or Globe Earth. You don't want to do that. Don't do it. But I used to pick on Madone. I'm not gonna lie. I used to say Madone was a janitor at NASA, and Madone used to get a little upset. It's all good though. Oh my God! You gonna show me how an ancient Egyptian language work? Where they do that at, man? Come on, Madone. Okay, you gonna show me how ancient Egyptian language work? I just read all the scholastic stuff saying it's pseudo, and I can show. Okay, so okay, all right. So I'm not gonna get in on that. That's what's up, man. So I'm not in here being all aggressive. Like, look at them, they're fags and they're lesbian running their stuff. And come on, y'all, watch my stuff. 10,000 subscribers, donate money to me. Nah, it's not even like that, bro. I want people to know the truth. We could deal with the facts and all that type of stuff, but I want the truth out here. You know, I want people to know the truth. Go talk to people from Egypt. If you want to learn ancient Egyptian stuff, go talk to a black Egyptian. You know what I mean? Okay, go talk to a melanated Egyptian. If you want me to show you who they are or introduce you to my friends, when I started my blog talk show, I lived with Rita Elawa from Cairo. Rita Elawa sold her liquor store because nobody wanted to go to Egypt and look at no damn walls and come back talking about it. They had to make movies to bring money in because the economy was crashing. She sold her liquor store to help to keep the Egypto nonsense going. She did. What can I do? It's not my fault that I started that way. It's not your fault that you didn't know this, because Dr. Ben went there like 5,000 times and never told you about the people from Egypt. Jabari's been there 40 times, and when I talk to Jabari about the no being, oh yeah, that's the Nuba people. He don't even know who the Egyptian people are. You've been there over 40 times. You've been there as many times as Spork Squad, Garfield, Dagger Squad nonsense has put out a video about Dan Calloway, and you don't even know the people from Egypt. You didn't know about the Quara, you didn't know about the Siwa, you didn't know about the Shelatir, you didn't know about none of that. You didn't know any of the names. When I mentioned it to you, it was all brand new to you. How do you go to a place? I mean, that doesn't even make sense, man. How do you go to a place, a geographical location, and don't get information from the people in the geographical location? Because if you did, you would know that you are far worse than pseudo-scientific language comparison. You're far worse than a pseudo-linguist. But I got something here, y'all. Now, in my exposing of the 4 people, I left one person out because I'm going to completely go in on this person. You know, I planned on exposing this person 3 years ago because he is extremely pseudo. So, I will go in on this. I will go in on this, y'all. I'm going to show, I did a video on this person already, and I exposed the fact that before it was called Metanetter, that it was called the Metaneche, and they had Metaneche Stellar. And when I showed members of NBK that, I'm talking about their pheromones, the men, their pheromones just went flourishing all over the place. Man, they got so emotional. They would block me, kick me out all the hangouts, just exposing the hell out of them. Honorable admiration. I need to start giving my man. Hold on, y'all. I only got one of the homies with a wrench in here, man. That ain't right. So I'm at the okay. All right, hold on. Hold up. Let me get some wrenches up in here, man. Madone, you gotta earn yours, man. Brother Reginald, Cheap Holiday, you rock these wrenches, man. Give me a moment, y'all. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna introduce a person in this book. All right, let me see something. I wish there's a way I can just like give multiple people wrenches. Jaguar in the building. What's good, man? Halito Jaguar. What's good? What is it? Anetu Waste? I'm trying to remember exactly how the brothers is greeting each other on that. So, okay, there's a person. I'm not going to be mean. I'm gonna give you a wrench, Madone. It'll be nice, man. You deserve it. You're a genuine brother. Plus, you got Aboriginal knowledge. That's why I rock with you. Debate, disagree or not. All right, there's a couple other people who I'm missing. There we go. Tomahawk Tribe. Where my beautiful Aboriginal sisters? Labor Son. Let me get the family wrench. Build my team up. Also, y'all check out Tribe Up channel. Check out Chief Holiday's channel and Chief Holiday's Renegade channel. Subscribe, like, and share to those channels. Hey, Seeker of Truth. I need me an Aboriginal queen. You know, like I say, man, drop your daishiki, come get with this TP. Know what I mean? Let's see who else. I don't know how I didn't have root words with one, man. I'm gonna give you one root words, man. You can't be going crazy on nobody, though, man. You can't be going crazy on the homies, man. Okay, I'll get the rest. Yeah, Noon already had one. You already know what it is. Okay. All right. So, and here we go. Now, I'm gonna educate the brothers and sisters on a person that, in fact, I'm just gonna show, just like you saw the comparative linguistics and the pseudoscientific language comparison, I'm gonna show you this person too. Watch this, man. I've done this multiple times, but the Pan-Africans, you know, and there's a reason why we say African booty scratcher. You know what I'm saying? Because Afrik anus means anus, it means ass. Afrik is waste, the track that comes worthless, good for nothing, ugly, worthless shit. I mean, it just flows. So, I mean, it's not a direct insult at our brothers and sisters over there with the hockey pucks in the lip and the slinky necks and the extendo domes, the cone heads. It's not really an insult. And if you look at it, at all three of them, this is the secret that people didn't catch. You'll find that all three are, you see people in Asia with the slinky necks. And I'm talking about it's freaky. They got super long slinky necks. They did that in South America too. You also got the lip plate in South America. And when they're extending the head like cone heads, they're trying to be like the Crystal Skull movie. You know, I don't want to get too far in the alien stuff. I don't know, admiration to Young Pharaoh. That's his department. But you know what I'm saying? They're trying to extend the dome. They're trying to get that cone head going. But okay. You know what I'm saying? People can misinterpret the way that I talk about it. You know, it's all good. Okay. Man, I gave everybody wrenches. Why ain't it showing it? Okay, there we go. There we go. Now it's showing it. Okay. Okay, man. Let's see if it pops up right here. Then I'll pull y'all in back on the screenshot. Yep, that part. This is another reason why they were upset, because when I talked about that, they didn't call it Meta Netter until the 20th century. Like recently, they just started calling it Meta Netter. Now you could take it back to so-called the Egyptomania Egyptologists who were pulling all their stuff out, but they did not use it until the 20th century. Just like, well, I'm not going to talk about that. I'll say that from a dome. They did not call it these things, but the names that they did use was Hieroglyphica, Egyptologo. Then you get Meta Netter. So Hieroglyphica, Egyptologo, then it goes to Meta Netter. But where is the transition? Where does the in-between part? How did it get there? I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you exactly how it got there. And for a treat, I open the panel after I go in on this. Let all the brothers and sisters in. Okay. So right here, and watch when I bust this book out, y'all gonna go, oh. Yeah, bro. And I've had most of this information this whole time. So you see here, Meta Netter Stele is magical medical stele that is part of the Egyptian collection of the Metropolitan Museum of Art in New York City. Get a rope. It dates to the 13th dynasty of Egypt around 342 BC during the reign of Nectanebo II. The province of the stele is unknown. Yeah, that was pseudo right there, y'all. History, they're going to pump it up. They're going to bring it back to Horus, you know, who snatched off the balls of Set that Shaka Amos likes to grab people nuts and all that type of stuff with his press on sidelock. And let's see what we find here. Let's continue to go down. Got the construction. All right. Got the hieroglyphs and best. Is it in here? Got the mythology. All right. Let me see. It might not be in here. Where is it? Okay. So let me get back up here. I think I passed it up. So for over 2,000 years, that's pseudo, the stela was missing. Really? Until it was discovered in a wall that was excavated by a Franciscan monastery. Ooh, I can't get a name. The stela was then presented to Austrian statesman, none other than Prince Metternich, in 1828 by Muhammad Ali Pasha. Everyone, if you want to know who the people were who were ruling Egypt during all the madness, look up Pasha. And I'm telling you, it gets very, very interesting when you look up the Pashas and the information that you will find dealing with the Pasha. That goes back to the Mamelukes. I'm telling you, I'm not ready. Mehmet. You don't know about who? If you know Walter Williams, Baba Walter Williams is, then you know about Mehmed II. So the ruler of Egypt, again, Muhammad Ali Pasha in 1828. Hey, y'all, that 1828 just pops up all over the place. I'm telling you. The ruler of Egypt and Metternich had stored it in the Kainsvart castle in Bohemia. Isn't Bohemia Grove the place where they be sitting there with fairies on ropes swinging like Peter Pan and them, and they go molest kids in the bloodlettings and the ceremony of care that Alex Jones exposed? Are you serious? This shit is connecting right back, excuse my language, connecting right back to some flamboyant, nasty nonsense. And everybody represented has a flamboyant type of spin to them. Very interesting. So 1950, somebody gets the thing and being purchased by the Metropolitan Museum of Art, where it was known for many years as the Metternich Stele. Now, when you listen to Officer Hotep Seteppenraw, he says the Metternich, the Metternich. He's not saying Medunetta, the Metternich. He's trying to trick you. He wants to pronounce it like Metternich, like Prince Metternich. They are calling it Metternich. Yeah, the medical papyrus and all that nonsense. Metternich, right? Prince Metternich. Now look at, we can show you who Muhammad. Let's all right, come on, man. Go get interruptions like that. Hold on, y'all. I don't know if y'all can hear this. I need to find a way to silence that. So, okay, Prince Metternich in 1828 by Muhammad Ali Pasha, the ruler of Egypt, and Metternich had stored it. Man, hold on, y'all. Hold on. Let me get rid of this. Okay. You have two people, Prince Metternich, Muhammad Ali Pasha. Clemens Wenzel Nepomuk Lothar, Prince von Metternich, Wenenberg zu Belestein. Look at him. I want y'all to get a close-up of him. So the god of the Kemetic community, my bad, Madonna. The god of the Metanetter speakers, the followers of Tamar Siuda and the flamboyant nonsense. Look at him. You see him. Let's blow him up again. That's Clemens von Metternich. What's on his neck? I don't know. Look at him. Would you leave your sons with this man? I don't think so. Okay. Clemens von Metternich. When they were doing the decipherments of the hieroglyphs, the person who was ruling had the last say, and you do not want to offend or go against whatever the person who was ruling the country at the time has to say. So let's see what Ali Muhammad Pasha looked like. I just want to show you who these people are, show you the face. Moderators, we got a troll in there. He's trying to be nice, but if he gets out of line, please block him. Who's this Muhammad Ali Pasha? You see his coat of arms. Look at him. That's him. Yep, that part. When they are doing the whole translations, you are seeing the person who was ruling. All right, where'd he go? Close up of this weirdo, man. Would you leave your sons with him? If you leave your kids with him, you leave your son with him, he'll grow up and be another Shaka Amos or the Dogon gay priest. Look at him, man. What are you looking to the left for, bro? You should be looking straight ahead at the person drawing. Okay. All right. So Lotus is not making this up. This is not a conspiracy. This is information you will find from any Egyptologist at this time. This is not a conspiracy. Although those who don't want you to know the truth about this matter will try and promote it as a conspiracy, but it is not. There it is. Ampetu Waste. Now, I hope I'm saying it right. So here he is. If you want to get deeper into the Pashas, you look up the Khedive. I have a video on the Khedive decree. I actually have videos exposing this already on my channel. If you go through my channel, go back about 50 videos. you'll find that I've exposed all this information. So it's kind of a cheat for me because I already know this. So you see Prince Metternich. You see Muhammad Ali Pasha. Now let's see what this book has to say when it comes to this whole Metternich character. Oh, before I do that, hold on. Back to the screen share. Let me get back to it, y'all. Hold on. You know, because if K or Amin Raw Squad were real men, they would have addressed this information. You would already know about this stuff. If they were real scholars, real researchers, bringing the family the information and knowledge, they would show you this. This would not be new to you. This would be, oh, okay, yeah, we already know about that. Yeah. Amin Raw Squad, he already talked about this. You can't call this a conspiracy, y'all. What you gonna do? What you gonna do? Okay, so Metternich, oh boy, yeah, I'm gonna do it again, man. I didn't even want to go all the way in like this, but you know what? I want to do this. I want to go all the way in. Let me go all the way in on. Now, this is old information that I exposed already. So if the troll tries to talk about this and say it's old information, like the troll that he rose with from the UK, you know what I'm saying? Just ignore the idiot. Good, it's on 300. Let me knock it down to 2. Okay, so anybody can access this information, the Jewish Virtual Library, right? You know what I'm saying? Just showing you that, you know, you could get into this information. You could dig into the Ashkenazi Khazarian Jews in all their endeavors. I mean, literally, all the endeavors. But okay, let's go see what we can find in this. Let's get it back up. Okay. Hopefully it'll pull up like that. It might not. It might send me in some circles, and I might have to go back and. Oh, there it is. Now, some people who are extremely pseudo, they'll be like, "Oh, this can't be true. Oh, there's no way Ashkenazis were doing these things." Yeah, it is. They still do it. It's a ritual. It's their culture, man. You're not them. But look at, hey, did I make this up? Is this a conspiracy? Is Lotus a rambling, conspiring person? It says right here, the Damascus blood libel or Damascus affair was a notorious blood libel that originated in 1840. Christian anti-Semitism and popular Muslim anti-Jewish feelings came to a head that year and were aggravated by the political struggle of the European powers for influence in the Middle East. Syria was then ruled by Muhammad Ali of Egypt. Muhammad Ali Pasha ruled Egypt to Syria, who had rebelled against Turkey. France supported Ali. That's why they were able to get in there and do their pseudo translation nonsense. While the other powers, notably Austria and Great Britain, were interested in preserving Turkish power and in preventing the extension of French influence. What's going on here, y'all? Did I make this up? Is this a conspiracy? This is documented history. February 5th, 1840, the libel is born. But we're going to go through this and pull out the things we need. So you can pause the video and read this stuff. It's mind-blowing. I've read it too many times. But let's see what we're really looking for. How are these names connected? You already have Muhammad Ali. Muhammad Ali Pasha is already there. You already read that Chancellor Metternich gave the stela to, wait a minute, how do you give the stela that was on the land of the person ruling Egypt and then the name of the stela is your name. Wouldn't the name of the stela be Muhammad Ali stela and not Metternich stela? What's going on here, y'all? Is that a conspiracy? No. Let's see. Look at this, y'all. Look at this. His citizenship eventually led to the intervention of Austria, England, and the United States in the affair. Very, very interesting. Okay. All right, let's get down to it. The Libel spreads. I'm just trying to deal with these names. Look, you got Muhammad Ali showing up here again. News of the atrocities in Damascus aroused the concern of the Jewish world. The first Jewish attempt to intervene in a tragic situation came from Alexandria in the form of a petition addressed to Muhammad Ali as a result of the initiative of Israel Bach. You know, the slave that P.D. Wheatstraw, Shaka Amos was talking about? Oh, the ancient Egyptian slaves, they were called Bach. The Jerusalem printer, at the same time, the Austrian consul, Laurin General in Egypt, received a report from the Austrian consul in Damascus and also petitioned Muhammad Ali to stop the torture methods used by the investigators. Okay, let's continue. Hey, y'all, this is no conspiracy. This is no conspiracy again. I have to say it one more time. This is not a conspiracy. But let's see what it says here in this whole paragraph. Ali agreed and instructions were accordingly issued to Damascus by express courier. As a result, the use of torture came to an end on April 25th, 1840. However, the accusation itself was not rescinded, and the investigation against the Jews continued. Laurin tried to influence the Consul General of France in Egypt to restrain Rati and Menton, who was his subordinate, but he was unsuccessful. He then acted in a manner contrary to diplomatic practices by sending the report he had received from Damascus to none other than James D. Rothschild. I just linked in Ali Muhammad. I just linked in. You're gonna see the other ones. So let me just say, I just linked in so far Ali Muhammad and Rothschild. The honorary Austrian consul in Paris, he also requested Rothschild to intervene with the French government. Uh-oh, look what this paragraph says below it. This, however, did not bring any result. In order to alert public opinion in France and around the world, Baron D. Rothschild, we got 2 Rothschilds, man. Y'all playing? Dagger Squad, NBK, Ahmed Raw Squad, Adjustment Bureau on trial, Metanetter on trial. Step up, be some real men, because now we got to question y'all, man. Y'all some homosexuals, y'all LGBT, y'all pseudoscientific language comparers, and y'all pseudo-linguists. Y'all are done. Y'all done. Baron D. Rothschild published a report in the press in Vienna. His brother Solomon Rothschild. We got 3 Rothschilds, man. One of these Rothschilds, the one that made the Rothschilds rich. Off of what? Egypt. And variations of other things, especially here in America. Solomon Rothschild's approached who? Wait a minute, y'all. You mean to tell me that I just showed you Ali Muhammad in that whole Metternich situation where they didn't call it Medunetter, that they call it the Metternich, the Metternich. They weren't saying Medunetter, they were saying the Metternich. He approached who? Chancellor Metternich. I just 3 Rothschilds, Muhammad Ali, the Jews running it because the Jews created Medunetter. And I'm showing you Chancellor Metternich on the issue. The latter reprimanded Laurin, but nevertheless consented to his activity as it caused embarrassment to the representatives of France and Egypt and Syria. Laurin was then joined by the British Consul General in Egypt as well as by other European consuls who supported him in his dispute with the French. As a result of his efforts, an order was sent to Damascus on May 3rd, 1840, requesting protection for the Jews from the violence of Muslims and Christian mobs. And they're not telling you that it wasn't Muslims, it was the real people of Egypt who did not give a damn about no meta nonsense, who would spit at you if you come out there saying Hotep and Setep and Mariam and hoobity hooblobbin. This is Bantu. Man, they'll spit on you, bro. You might come back going out there to Egypt with that nonsense, man. See it here, man. This is no conspiracy. This is documented history. You got 3 Rothschilds connected to Chancellor Metternich, who was approached by Solomon Rothschild, brother of Baron D. Rothschild, relative of James D. Rothschild, who's in communication with Ali Muhammad, ruling Egypt at the time. What's going on here, man? Are you going to tell me it's a conspiracy? Are we going to really continue to be sick? Because Metternich Stele is right here. Right here. You see it. You see it. Let's read it again. The stela was then presented to Austrian statesman Prince Metternich in 1828 by Muhammad Ali Pasha. Like, wait a minute. Okay, so let me correct myself. So it's actually Muhammad Ali Pasha who's presenting something to Prince Metternich, but he calls it Metternich. Do y'all understand what's going on here? Do y'all really get what's going on here? Okay. So there's a name that's missing in this, man. And I'm telling you, there's a name that's not in that connection. And I'm about to show you this person, man. And we're going to go in on this. His name is, his first name slips my mind right now. But all I got to do is put in this. I'm a little excited because I'm aggravated, really. And I could get all calm and talk. But, I mean, come on. That's lame. Baron Joseph von Hammer Purgstall, Austrian Orientalists. They were not Egyptologists. They were Orientalists. So let's find his connections to this so-called Netta. This so-called Netta that Sa Netta likes to call his last YouTube name Netta. Let's see what it says about this Von Hammer Purgstall. Oh. Let's pull his information now. Where is it at? Oh, Baphomet. Boy, oh boy, he's connected to Baphomet. Ah. Okay, I'm just skimming through this person, Joseph von Hammer Purgstall. I'm just going through it. Don't worry, y'all. I want you to see it. So what did this man do? So what is his principal work? Geschichte des Osmanischen Reiches, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I don't feel like dealing with trying to pronounce that stuff the way they pronounce it. Not today. So you see all his works here. This is Clemens. I mean, not Clemens. This is Joseph Hammer Purgstall. And if you watch the DC Comics character Hans von Hammer, and also the one that went against Iron Man in Marvel comic, that's who this person is, man. That's him. Yeah, they tie all these people in. Boy, you'd be shocked who's tied into those things. So, okay. This is Joseph Hammer. And this is who he is. I don't really want to focus on him because I'm kind of like saving that. So I'm just showing you that this person actually exists. And you notice that you don't really see anything saying Egypt. You know, watch, I'm about to shock you. I'm about to shock you. Basics. And go in on Joseph von Hammer Purgstall. in the book I have. Austrian Orientalist and historian. He received his early education mainly in Vienna. He took part in the expedition under Admiral William Sidney Smith and General John Haley Hutchinson against France. 1907, he returned home from the East, after which he made a privy councilor, pardon my Englishing of it. In 1824, he was knighted Chevalier or Cavalier. For 50 years, Hammer Perstorff wrote prolifically on the most diverse subjects and published numerous texts and translations of Arabic, Persian, and Turkish authors. What? He published numerous texts and translations of Arabic, Persians, and Turkish authors? Really? So, okay. I just wanted to have a little downtime. This is downtime going in on this information right now. So you have this man who is highly influential in the Oriental society. But for some reason, they're not really telling you his connections to Egypt. Watch this, y'all. That's Joseph von Helm. This guy is a real, that's right. Seeker of truth, you got it. You kind of took the words out of my mouth. Look at him. He's a scumbag, man. Look at this guy's face, man. Just look at him. Kind of look like a frou-frou. Would you leave your sons with this man? If you do, they're going to end up like Shaka Amos. Or the gay Dogon Kemetic priest. But okay, unfortunately, I had to expose the homosexual ties to it. LGBT, don't come after me or whatever. Y'all be on some weirdo stuff trying to shut down my channel sometimes when I go in on y'all. It's whatever. But, it's what it is. Freedom of speech really ain't free because I had to pay some type of bill to have this on right now. So, okay, let's look at something else. I had an argument with people about who was really the first translators, and they would get very disrespectful because I would tell them that I already know about the people you talking about, and they would be upset that, I would expose them. So let's see. Ibn Washiyah the Nabatean, also known as Abu Bakr Ahmed bin Ali, was an Arabic alchemist, agriculturalist, farm textilologist, and Egyptologist. How is he Egyptologist when the word Egyptology didn't even exist? How can you get that? Let's see what's going on here. El Daily Okasha in 2005. Egyptology, the Missing Millennium, Ancient Egypt and Medieval Arabic Writings. London, UCL Press. And it gives you the page. It's 169. You will find why they say he was an Egyptologist, and that's somebody that lives now. Okay. How do they even know the person existed? So let's see what it says. An historian born in Qusain near Kufa in Iraq. It's funny because there's always somebody coming from outside of Egypt that comes in and knows more than the Egyptian people themselves. It's very interesting, very disrespectful. And he was one of the first historians to partially decipher what was written in the ancient Egyptian hieroglyphs by relating them to the contemporary Coptic language. Oh, no. How many mistakes can I pull out on that one? So his works, let's expose this man. Ibn al-Nadim in Kitab lists a large number of books on magic. Oh, so you mean to tell me the original translator of the Metanetta, these hieroglyphics and all this stuff, is into books on magic, but you call me a conspiracist, a conspirator, a person that's talking about stuff that's easily accessible, that people who are with Dagger Squad, NBK, and Amin Ra Squad, and members of HOK don't want you to know about? Well, let's just see. books on magic, statues, offerings, agriculture, alchemy, physics, and medicine. They were either written or translated from older books by Ibn Washia. Wait a minute. What are you talking about? First, in corpus themselves claim to be translations from ancient Syriac, e.g. Filaha. Are you serious? You got that dirt, huh? All right. Mega Ha-Mein Antila Jaco, 2006. Last Pagans of Iraq, Ibn Washia and his Nabatean agriculture. Laid in Brill, and don't give me the pages. So, okay, that gives you the source where that nonsense comes from. Ibn Washia translated Nabatean, so that's something that's not dealing with Egypt. Let's just find out what's dealing with Egypt. Oh, let's read this real quick. These ideals were discussed by the Jewish philosophers Yehuda Halevi and Maimonides, which many call Mohammedists, though which they became an influence on the 17th century French millenarian Isaac La Perez. Egyptology. This is where I say, this is why Dagger Squad, NBK, and Amin Ra Squad don't want you knowing who I am. They don't want you talking to me about MetaNetter in any form of fashion. They want me swept under the rug and all this other stuff because of what I'm about to read right here. Ibn Washia was one of the first historians to be able to at least partially decipher what was written in the ancient Egyptian hieroglyphs. Who said that? Did he say that? Nope. Somebody in 2005 by the name of Dr. Okasha El Daly. By relating them to the contemporary Coptic language used by the Copts, the Coptic priests, in his time. An Arabic manuscript of Ibn Washia's book Kitab Shawq al-Mustahab, a work that discusses a number of ancient alphabets in which he deciphered a number of Egyptian hieroglyphs, where are they, was later read by Athanasius Kircher. Oh, no. In the 17th century, and then translated and published in English by none other than, wait for it, Joseph von Hammer Purgstall in 1806 in Ancient Alphabets and Hieroglyphic Characters Explained. And guess what, y'all? I have every single one of those so-called alphabets that he talked about in that book. It's 76 of them. I will expose all of this at will. So, back to what we're reading. So, you got Joseph von Hammer Purgstall, who so far you haven't seen any connections to the Rothschilds, the Pashas, who's Muhammad Ali, and Clemens von Metternich. Don't worry. With an account of the Egyptian priests, their classes, initiation, and sacrifices in the Arabic language by Ahmad bin Abu Bakr bin Wahishi, 16 years before Jean-Francois Champollion's complete decipherment of Egyptian hieroglyphs. What's going on here, y'all? Why didn't Ankakek from the Amin Ra Squad tell you this? Huh? They had their pseudo member, Mr. I forgot Potato Head's name. What's the dude oddball name? He lived in Oakland, California. His name slips my mind, man. What's his name? Well, they have a member. He has a rap group called the Hieroglyphics and all that nonsense. So anyway, basically, they were trying to give credit to this person who never existed, by the way. Ibn Washia never existed. So they throw that other name at you, but it turns out that you got this person who has somewhat of the same name 16 years before Jean-Francois Champollion. Is that the real Ibn Washia? Okay. So the sources of that information that we just went over is by none other than, once again, Dr. Okasha El Daly, Deciphering Egyptian Hieroglyphs in the Museum Heritage, Museum of Science and Industry in Manchester. So that's why they use the word science so much. It's science. It's science because they can pseudo the hell out of you saying it's science and not tell you that they're using pseudo-linguistics, pseudo-scientific language comparison, and a homosexual cult. Ancient alphabets and hieroglyphic characters explained with an account of Ahmed ibn Ali ibn Washiyah, Ahmad ibn Ali ibn al-Muqtar ibn Abd al-Karim, Joseph von Hammer-Purgstall. Wait a minute. So all them names mean nothing. It's just Joseph von Hammer-Purgstall with his Bruce Rogers Collection, Library of Congress. Free download and streaming. Y'all go download it, man. Don't wait for them to talk about this 10 years from now when they can figure out a way to pseudo and present it to you. Go read it now. This book was known to Silvestre de Sassi. Silvestre de Sassi is one of the 4 who I'm talking about, who I will be exposing when it comes to the forefathers of this meta nonsense. And he was a colleague of Champollion. Dr. Okasha El Daly at the University College of London. Are you serious? London? Institute of Archaeology claims that some hieroglyphs had been decoded by Ibn Washiyah. How? 8 centuries before Champollion deciphered the Rosetta Stone. Really? Let's see where you got that from. He got that from Robin McKay, Arab scholar, cracked Rosetta Code 800 years before West. The Observer, Guardian News and Media Limited, 2007, 23rd, 2007. Really? A.K. Aima critiques this ideal and think that there was no such thing as an Arabic decipherment of hieroglyphs. Really? This is a conspiracy. I'm making these things up. You're right. Okay. But that's it, because, I mean, you don't want to talk about cryptography, because cryptography is the Pigpen cipher. He published several cipher alphabets that were used to encrypt magic formulas. What? Pigpen cipher, man. Stop playing. Michael Whitman, 2010, Principles of Information Security, because that's what a cryptography is. And my slideshow presentation on cryptography is coming. It's been ready. Just been waiting on the proper time to release the information. I have at least 10 projects on the back burner just waiting to be exposed. Okay. We find that when you go look up Joseph von Hammer-Purgstall, you won't find anything about Ibn Washiyah on Wikipedia. But when you go on Wikipedia and look at Ibn Washiyah, you'll find out that the only person who translated him was none other than Joseph von Hammer-Purgstall. So, okay. Okay, so we have, so far, we have these names. You serious? We have these names. So we have these names so far. We have the evidence of Muhammad Ali Pasha, connected to Clemens von Metternich, connected to 3 Rothschilds, connected to the Alliance Israelite University, going as far back as 1840, the atrocities of the Bloody Bell, that's the Damascus affair. We have all that information, and we have those people connected. Rothschilds controlled Egyptology in the 19th century, y'all. What you gonna do about it? Nothing. So, okay. Now, I put a little sidebar quote. I probably won't be able to see it. What I put, but basically I'm saying if you speak in meta-netter, you're full of sugar, honey, and iced tea, your breath stink, and that's why I use bubblegum wrapper for my bookmark on this one, just for y'all. So let's see what the bubblegum wrapper has to say. And I'm not going to make a type of little bubblegum wrapper segment or whatever. And after this, I'm going to bring everybody who wants to come in and discuss this topic and subject. Some of you might be familiar with the information. I'm not sending a link to everybody because I got a troll in Alabama. Because I don't want him on my panel. I don't want pseudo people on my panel at all. I don't want people undermining anybody on my panel at all. Kill that nonsense. We don't want that. We don't want you agents on our stuff. So, okay. One brother up in there, my brother DJ. My brother DJ got the book. Onito Raymond Salgado. There you go. Thank you. Thank you, Raymond Salgado. That's the brother's name. His name is Jonathan Owens. He calls himself Smash Rock. He put out some type of information on Ibn Washiyah, He didn't even know he was a fictional character. You know, he's a fictional character. Just like Athanasius Kircher these are fictional characters. You want to know why? They don't want you to know who the actual person is. 9 times out of 10, it's Ethiopian. In the end, not only that, they did not say what they say that they said or write what they said that they wrote. So, okay. Brother DJ, turn to page 278. You see it here? See the bubblegum wrapper? Because if you're speaking meta-netta, you're full of it and you're breasting and stop speaking that nonsense. It's pseudo-linguistics, a pseudo-language. It's a pseudo-Egyptian language, and it has never been deciphered, translated, or transliterated. You see it? 278. What is this specific thing about? I'm going to show you that too. Knights Templars. Okay. Y'all ready for this? I bust the books. Hey, look, if the power go out and all this stuff go out, I can still expose y'all. The power go out for y'all career's done. Me, I will dog walk you. If we can't use no computer, I will dog walk you with the books I got. So, okay. Y'all scared. Dagger Squad, NBK, and Amin Ra Squad are scared. Once y'all get in here, I know half of y'all don't have jobs. Y'all don't have no lives. Y'all just stalk Dane Calloway and on day 40, whatever the hell on Dane Calloway. So come on here, be some men. Get up in here, man. It's day 2. I'm not going to have to get to day 40 without y'all manning up. Y'all some cowards. Dagger Squad, NBK, and Amin Ra Squad are cowards. Everything I just showed you, go try and find if they're talking about. Go try and show me a video. I already exposed all their grandmaster teachers, Diop, on this meta-netta nonsense. You already exposed. He's a pseudo-linguist. He's documented as a pseudo-linguist. So, okay. All right. Okay. That part. So you see, I'm reading from here. That's right. And I'm going to show you when I read the parts that are important. That show you the connections. Okay. All right. The next major element of the Templar myth arrived by way of the French Revolution. Really? Many of the liberals who originally supported the National Assembly in its struggle against royal privilege in the heady days of 1789 were Freemasons. Okay. Who created the Pigpen cipher? Freemasons. Okay. During the Revolution years, a handful of journalists turned this fact to the foundation for a claim that the revolution itself had been hatched as a Masonic plot. So we're going to skip down to the important parts. The assassins of the French Revolution. We're getting past that. All right. Okay. Anti-Masonry. Now you see anti-Masonry. Uh-oh. Did y'all see that? Let's see what it says. For more influential than either of these authors in shaping the Templar myth, however, was the Austrian scholar Joseph von Hammer-Purgstall. Really? You don't believe me? Watch this. Joseph von Hammer-Purgstall, whose Mysterium Baphometis Pan-Africans, gotcha. Pan is also Baphomet. What was that weirdo 6'9" dude? Boom. So the mystery of Baphomet revealed. How are you revealing the mystery of Baphomet if you're not rocking with it? You a Pan, huh? You a Peter Pan-African? Okay. 1818. The several later books argue that the Templars had been Gnostic heretics. Interesting. Practicing in orgies. What? Orgies? Wait, y'all. Look at this. What's this? Can y'all see that? In orgiastic cult of the goddess Akamoth or Baphomet. I'm telling y'all, man, I know I might be too loud for y'all, but hey. Okay. So, I mean, I haven't even got to it yet, y'all. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Passed on in secret since the 3rd century CE. Where's the evidence on that, man? Come on. Von Hammer Purgstall was an employee of Prince Clemens von Metternich. Dagger Squad, NBK, Almond Raw Squad, man. Y'all done. Y'all done, bro. Y'all done, man. Look, see it for yourself. Clemens von Metternich connected to Clemens von Metternich, Purgstall, Ali Muhammad Pasha, 3 Rothschilds, all connected in cahoots. He worked for Clemens von Metternich. Boom. I'm telling you, man. Y'all stop playing games, man. Stop playing games. And I see Madone Rand. This might have been a little too much for him. Like, oh man, shit, I'm not fuck. I'm gonna change my name, Kemet now. Yeah, you might want to do that, Madone. You might want to just change that name now, man. You ain't gonna make it to Saturday. So okay. So now you see, really, I mean, I'm doing Madone a favor by debating him. I really only debate people who like have something established for themselves in some YouTube or social media fashion. They have a group of followings. Let me show this. I'm not trying to brag or nothing. Let me show y'all something. Let me show something, y'all, real quick, man. It's something real quick, y'all. Like, and I don't even advertise my whatever I do on here. Y'all want to see something funny? And I'm gonna share it live so y'all can see me share it live. Look, y'all. Look. Samuel Jackson's stunt double is about to get his back broke. Yeah, I'm gonna share it again. Since he's being a coward and won't get in here and step up. Come on, man. Let me share it. There we go. All right. Let's get back to the point. What's good, Hassan? I don't know who deleted you, bro. Why you do that, Ghost? I guess brothers Hassan and Ghost got some issues. I know Hassan. Yeah, it's all good, y'all. Don't trip. Okay. You got Black Lotus Civilization, BGNN, BLC Radio, and you got Black Lotus Civilization. So Black Lotus Civilization, 21 likes, hardly any people. You'd be shocked who I have that was a part of it, you know. You'll be shocked. But okay. That's that one. Now let's go to BGNN, BLC Radio. I have 477 members. They're a part of Black Lotus Civilization, BGNN, BLC Radio. Now, let me see if I can. I want to show something that NBK cannot do, that these so-called Pan-Africans are not doing. If I can get to it, damn. So anyway, nobody need to really see it anyway. So basically, I was going to show something I always show over and over and over again, that I actually have people from Africa who are part of Black Lotus Civilization. But NBK will lie and say, you don't know no, you say the same Africans, because those are the same Africans I've been building with for years, bro. So I don't get it. I don't understand your confusion, your intellectual malfunction, your psychological impairment. Son, I don't get it why you What? I don't know why you dotting it, Hassan. I don't know what's going on. But okay. All right, enough of that. That's basically it. So I'm gonna go ahead and throw the link out there. Let me knock some of this stuff down. And I'm gonna bring on everybody in the chat, man. Hey, flood it and go in. I'm gonna leave that Israelite University. Nah, let me knock that down too. I can access this stuff at any time, so it's nothing. Okay, y'all. While I'm sending the link out, I gotta play my song. All right, it's tripping right now. Gotta play my song. I don't want to play that introduction one. I want to play just the song. So I mean, but what you can see,
website's domain name as your business email address with a mail.
By what you can see is what the song says. Smile B word. I don't have to go back and forth with you ninjas. Y'all need to address what was just presented to the YouTube world. Address it. Stop being cowards, okay? Dagger Squad, NBK. And what's the other one? Well, the sorry bums that are old. Amin Raw Squad. There you go. You know what I'm saying? What's going on, y'all? Y'all gonna man up? Because, I mean, your meta nonsense is exposed, but I mean, your whole Egypt movement is done. It's done. So you want to save grace by not letting people know? Okay, so I'm not gonna go back and forth with y'all, man. Listen,
man, y'all done made it to LA, so you know we got to live our best lives.
I ain't going back and forth with these niggas.
Know what I mean?
I'm rolling with y'all. Okay, well, what we gonna do is we gonna leave the town. We gonna get it in. Right. We gonna do what we want.
Right. And most importantly,
you gotta play my song.
We gonna start this thing over.
You gotta bust the shoulders. Hold up. You gotta bust the shoulders on it. It's the Aboriginal dance right there for you, boy. This is what Dan Calloway should be saying to y'all. Going back and forth with y'all. Put 10K in Dan Calloway stuff and shut up.
I'm living my best life. Ain't going back and forth with you niggas. I'm living my best life. Ain't going back and
Know what I mean?
forth with you niggas.
All right, that's all I got for y'all. All right, let me get the homies up in here. I love it, man. When I heard that song, that's all I could think of is, oh, man, that's real talk right there. I ain't going back and forth with y'all, man. Y'all not ready? Y'all not ready? All right. And I see the brothers live, so I'm going to go ahead and send the link, and I'm going to hop on board with the brothers and sisters in the Aboriginal movement who's live. So, okay, let me find the link. Make sure I send the right link. So, okay, there it is, y'all. And I don't want no trolls in here. If you a troll, man, don't even come in here, bro. I'm going to kick you out right away. I don't deal with trolls. So good, there go the link. And I'm gonna post the link in the other one. I'm gonna put the link out there, man. Hop in, go in. Y'all see what the subject and topic is. I'll wait. So basically what just happened was some information was just released by me exposing Meta that there's nothing you can do. There's no get back. So if you hop in, mute your microphone. You know, if you don't, it's all good. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to do it too long. And I'm going to send a link out to the people who I called out. I'm going to send a link to you too. Peace of sign. Bring back memories when I had that name on my channel. Boom. All right, Brother Mo in the building.
What's good with you, bro?
What's good, man? You know, I had to expose some of the stuff today. Just had to go in, man. And use the proper perspective. I had to eliminate as much bias that I could input as possible, and just was like, you know what? I'm gonna just show it. Let me just show the documentations. Let me show the connections. You know. So we up in here.
I hear you. So I got a question though, bro, because I kind of logged in a little bit late, man. So I don't know really what you went through. But so I hear you. You know, you're dealing with the comedic types, but I've been noticing like the kind of the pop up of like the Kalam types. Like I got love for Kalam, but I still don't. I completely disagree with his position as well, where you got his type where they're trying to go into the so-called comedic philosophy and try to make links to Kemet, and then try to use people like Socrates and try to use philosophers that were not Egyptian, but they tried to make the claim were taught by the Egyptians, man. So what's your response to them when they try to take that approach through these so-called these Greek philosophers and them who they try to claim are Kemetic, but you know, we all know they ain't got nothing to do with Kemet, man.
Well, I mean, I have a slight bias towards Greek information. I don't believe any of those Greek historians have ever lived in ever, like none of them. I feel that they put that information out to serve the Ethiopians who were presenting information throughout Europe and the Middle East. And I'm not trying to say that to get you to be like, oh shit, you already know, because you already know most of that already. And it's kind of insult to our people, because I mean, you have fraternities and sororities that come out promoting what they promote. So when you can't rely on Napoleon, you can't rely on you know, Europeans, and then if you try and go to the brothers and sisters who participated in so-called translations, you go back to, was it Martin Brunel or Martin whoever, to check out the Diop and all of them, you'll find that you'll find pseudo comparison and pseudo linguistics. So what they have to do is they have to go back to what their fraternity and sorority is about. It is Greek. So they have to resort to, oh, we're not using Champollion on them. We're going by Socrates, Herodotus, Plato. And, you know, that's just to name the popular ones. You know, I could go on all day about the Greeks and the Greek information. But they have to use that because, I mean, that's what they're a part of. They're fraternity, they're frat boys and sorority girls. And,
yeah, I think,
you know, go ahead.
My bad, bro. I didn't mean to cut you off.
Before you continue, I'll say this, that I was going to talk about the weirdo thing, that some of the frat boys is some girls, some sororities, and some of the sororities is as manly as possible.
Yeah, man, there's a lot of fishy stuff in there.
That's right.
Hey, hey, peace. Y'all can hear me?
Yeah, we hear you.
Shalom.
You know,
Peace, brother.
Yo, what's up, Logan? I had to change that name. I had to change that name this weekend.
It's y'all gonna have to give me a name, man, or something beside you, man. I'm trying to make sure it's the right fucking one this time. Believe that.
That's right.
You know, I'm gonna take my time on this, you know, because the Moors was pressing, man. Get your name, man. Get your name. Yeah, that's how they do shit, you know.
Yeah, you gotta make up your name, man. I made up my name back in 2000. I've been having this name since 2000, Lotus. So remember that.
Hey, that's what's up. Shit, I mean, I've been rocking Lotus since. Actually, that's on my coat of arm.
I might keep Saya. I just need to find one of my spirit name. Maybe if I search with my family, I might find a particular name. That's what I want to kind of choose. Somebody probably in my family that probably could have been a hero or something, some shit like that. You know, your name. Have your own people, man. You know. Sometimes.
That's right. That's where I got my name from. You know what I'm saying? My mother's brothers are Carruthers. Carruthers, our coat of arm is the fleur de lis. You know, so my name Lotus, the actual word Lotus, you have to dig into the real deep etymology of Lotus. It actually comes from where Carruthers comes from. Carruthers' original name is Rodus, and you take off the Kai, the original is Rodus. You have Rodus, Roder, Roderick, Roderick, Ryderek, and it goes even further. But Rodus is actually where Lotus really comes from. And when you dig into it, they'll kind of like it.
You don't go by Sugar Free no more?
See, you got jokes, man. Don't start the jokes, man.
Nah, man, you look like Sugar Free though on the real though. That's my Sugar Free. That's my nigga right there though, man. You look like Sugar Free though.
You know what I mean? You got better luck finding Meta than me buying you something off the ice cream truck. You know what I mean? But no,
I remember I would share my humble opinion about this because I mean, of course, you're going to clash to the people because the change is coming based on the minds of what people are finding out. But the point is, man, I would say to the community, and I'm gonna say this to the rest of the brothers, man, it's getting kind of redundant. Keep talking about these people and their incentives. They're always going to go back to what they've been taught. Anybody's going to go back to what they already know. So that's always going to cause a conflict. So no one's really, like we studying and other people have studying the history over here now, things that pertain over here. So the direction has been changed. So no, if you haven't studied the shit that we find out and we share with each other, they can't even talk about that shit because they have no clue about it. So they're going to bring up Plato and all that dumb shit. You know what I'm saying?
That's right. You know what's funny?
It's all in water, man. Now, some things clash. When motherfuckers came over here, invaded, and got opportunists or whatever, they was few slaves that were brought over. Yeah, now you can bring up the narratives or the history and talk about that. But they don't want to talk about that because it'll show that everybody else was an opportunist or, the few that were slaved over here, or they just foreign. They're foreign, period. And they shouldn't really be over here. And they making more fucking money than us. That's the bottom line.
Well, hey, Lotus.
Yeah.
All them people you brought out earlier, man, I don't deal with none of them. Never heard of them either. But when it comes to my study of the ancient Egyptian language, so what I got, my nigga, I'm telling you, I don't think you're ready, but you my nigga though, so it's all good.
All right. Hey, I mean, it is what it is, man. This is a friendly dialogue. We could, call it a debate, but yeah, you have to bring some A game because I mean,
I just think it's taken away from the important stuff that we finding out. Each one of us, whether it's Dane doing or anybody that's putting, focus on the information that we still unfolding. We got a lot of shit to unfold, but it's kind of like we going a little more rhetorical on the side of defense, on the defense mode, and we don't need to be on the defense. We need to be on full offense mode. That we finding out shit. Like, look at all the shit we finding out, man. We got multiple books. I'm talking about book after book, shit like, god damn, they using Negro, nigga, this, all types of shit with all different types of people. We uncovering shit more important than most people put out in history, man. If you really think about it. Think about all the scholars, the great scholars, all these motherfuckers, great scholars, wasn't finding out the shit we putting out now. So what does that mean?
Hey.
So we need to start with this. That's why when people say scholar, that's bullshit. It's just what you know, man. Don't put no title on me. That's a taxation. I'm never no motherfucking scholar. I just know what I know. And if it happens to be a lot, then it happens to be a lot. If it's not, then it's not.
Yeah, I was in I had to go to this other site for my job today here in Alabama. It's called Butler, Alabama. But guess what the name of the county is? Choctaw County, man. Ain't nothing but black people there. That's my first time going there. You ought to see how many black people there, man.
Dang.
That's right.
They ain't come from no goddamn Africa.
And you know what?
Right here.
It's deep, like in Missouri. Man, it's places that I didn't know. I had got locked up before when I was about over 15 years ago. But when I got locked up, I lived in the city and shit. But when I got locked up, man, they saw all niggas coming from all around Missouri, where I thought was all white people at. I'm talking about get all hood areas, all through that motherfucker. All down the Booth of Missouri, all through there.
Yeah, St. Louis was well, I deal with a lot of the Mormons information, and the Mormons, they deal with a lot of the Aboriginals. I mean, some of the information is foolishness, but they talk about how St. Louis was considered like the capital of the Aboriginals. You know what I mean? How big the monuments and things were.
The most sophisticated supposed to be sophisticated of all the so-called Indians, to be honest, they civilization.
Right.
So yeah, it's that's something we need to pay attention to, because if that's the case, if that's true, there's something really important into that then, because that's the core of a lot of things. After all, it is central and is by the waters, Mississippi.
Sure is. Needs to be our primary.
It's the great
point of our
and
point.
That was the last slave state, right? Slave state, right? Coincidence?
Hey, that's right. Mississippi is tied into that. I don't want to deviate too far from the topic, but this is very important information that we're talking about. This needs to be our everything about here, our people here, and operating here. Because this is where we at. We got to deal with where we at. We got to focus on that. If we want to build with people from other continents, rather be UK, the islands, no matter what island is, Europe or Africa, or so-called Asia or whatever, what I'm saying? We need to have our stuff together here. And going to these other places, like you can't just go to one of these other countries and you broke, you barely surviving, you making less than $350,000 a year. You're not going to be an influence or impact on anywhere you go unless you have your stuff together. So we need to get it together here in America. We need to be in control of everything that we pay money for. And that's why I always promote 3MP, mine, manufacture, mass produce everything that we use. That means that we are no longer capitalized by anybody. And then once we're producing all our own products, we could choose to give it to each other for free. We don't have to charge each other. We could give it to each other for free and live an agrarian culture where if you want to do trade or whatever, it's cool. But things that are necessities, food, roof, like these things, we shouldn't even pay for these things, man. Water does not run on promissory note. Electricity does not run on promissory note. It's operated by machines. But so for me, like I get real deep into it. I'm thinking about my greatest grandchildren. I want them to have a future that is so far beyond this ridiculous, what we're stuck in right now. I want them to have a much better life than whatever we're going through today. Struggling. In California, it's difficult to work a job. If you're not Hispanic, Latino, or whatever, and you're working in any field out here in California that's paying $15 or less, man, you are in trouble. If you don't speak Spanish fluently, you are in trouble. And even if you do speak Spanish fluently, you're still in trouble. They're going to try and get you fired. Your first week, their goal is to get you fired and bring Jorge Rodriguez and all them in and have you removed. You coming in, they're already pissed. Oh.
Yeah.
And that's what they do.
Hey, I think Claude Anderson said something about that like 10 years ago. He was saying if you can't speak Spanish in the future, you're going to be shit out of luck in a lot of ways.
That is true. That is true. They're hiring a lot of Hispanics through the restaurant markets.
Yep. Illegal ones, by the way.
And you're right about talking about all these other countries that go back to Africa and spend your money in all these other countries when so-called alleged black folks only 2.6% of the wealth counted in this country, and 90% wealth is to the so-called whites.
Right.
So priority, anybody saying they just dumb off tops, like really. These are we don't. A lot of people don't study empirical data to understand real shit, how shit real move. You got to study what is called empirical data. It's kind of like what you say, the National Archives and the correct congressional records. Well, the empirical data would explain to you in wholesome of how shit is. You know, like all this bullshit with feminism and every different category, people are manipulating these statistics, and then they use them and select them and pimp off of them through these organizations. Everybody's doing it. I sit back and just watch this shit. I mean, not everybody, but you know, the majority. And they get a taxation on an exclusion, an assessment. I kid you not, based on people signing with any memberships of any of these organizations and everything. So I have gone to that level to know any motherfucker that's lying, because I know what a tax assessment paperwork that they probably do at the end of the fucking year, answering to what? The IRS or United States Corporation Inc.
There you go.
So I know about the Farrakhan. I know they pay. You can find out what paperwork they have to fill out, the buildings that they have, and what jurisdictions, what they be under. I don't have to worry about he's fake or who he killed Malcolm. I know what he's fucking signing. And I'm just not pointing them out, any of them. We can find this out. This is open information for the public. I know what all clergymen sign, all pastors, all imams. I know what paperwork that they sign. It's called 517 publication to all clergymen. Page 4 will specify to you that everybody that's a member of the church, mosque, or any of that shit is OW to poverty. This isn't an application, man.
That's right. Yeah, you right on, man. It's like they're a poverty. They're like a central way of accumulating money from impoverished communities. It's kind of sick.
Yeah, these people are usurping it. That's why I can never agree with people say, man, Christianity and Islam and all this stuff is okay. No, these people are usurping your energy through commerce. What the fuck are you talking about? Ain't nothing good about it.
Yeah, paying tithes is not cool. You know, I put out a video, brother out in Nigeria, he went in on that. Very decent video. Man, I feel bad. I forgot the brother's name. And it has the most views on my channel. I feel bad for that.
Yeah, I'm trying to.
But, he went in on that, man. They going around paying tithes, and you go look through the scriptures. None of that's in there. Yeah. And in fact, it says that when the New Testament came into play, that paying tithes was no longer needed. And if you did pay tithes, 10%, it wasn't no promissory note. It was 10% of your crops, of materials that you found or mined that you considered valuable. It was 10% of something that was valuable. It wasn't a promissory note, but these
like animals.
Exactly.
All that is a tax bracket that they implemented, codified in the Bible. That's all that is, man. It's a tax bracket. You see how this shit works? Yeah, simple it is. They tell you the average that's taking out your checks is 10% based on how much more you make. They play in code.
Right. At the same time, you gotta look at how the scriptures had set it up. It was a system where everybody was living in a unified way, where you're not just getting taxed for daily living. So to compare the Bible to the way that the world has become capitalized, it's just an unfair analogy. It's not that Islam or Christianity or Judaism is the problem. It's the miseducation and the people's misunderstanding of what is important and what they should be educated on. The problem is within the Black community, we haven't been educated. We have been miseducated, and in the little bit of education we get, instead of learning how to analyze the data, learning how to analyze the empirical data that you were talking about, is because you can run a study and make a study, give whatever results you wanted to give. The question is was the study unbiased? Was it a double blind? How did you run it? The problem is we get handed information and we don't know how to analyze the information. We just accept whatever that information is. Our people has been so miseducated that we have been duped into accepting our roles. And then what ended up happening is that on top of the fact that we have a government that has been known to do things that are corrupt in our eyes and in the world's eyes, but they fail to acknowledge themselves, such as redlining or red zoning. And you got all of these things that Black people, these hurdles that they created. And instead of Black people coming together to hop over that hurdle, we decided that we're not in one boat together. We've been infiltrated the same way the Black Panthers have been infiltrated, the same way hip hop has been infiltrated, the same way that they burnt down Black Wall Street. Every time you see something coming up that's positive for our people, it gets torn down. And instead of pointing the finger where it should be done, we take it out on each other. So again, it's not that if we're foolish enough to allow the capitalization of our people, then we shouldn't be surprised at the outcome, because when we look at everybody else, they link up together, and it's like a little joke around the world. If you want to create a business in the United States, where do you go? You go to the hood. You go to Black areas. You Chinese, you bring your people in, you make a little clothing shop, and what do? They built their own wealth up in the Black communities, and then they pass it on to their family, or they invite somebody else in. And then we, instead of opening up our own businesses and shopping with each other, we get mad at them for having businesses. So, and it's a revolving door. That's why you'll see the Arabic dudes, you'll see the Vietnamese dudes, you'll see the Cambodian dude. Everybody, if they want to create a business, knows the best place to start is in the hood. Then you can move out. Then you can get into places where there's zoning laws, where you got nice neighborhoods. You don't got food deserts. You don't have all of these things that plague our neighborhoods. But the problem is we're not willing to pull ourselves out. The moment we start doing that, we don't have to blame Christianity. We don't have to blame Islam. We don't have to blame Judaism. But we have to educate ourselves first. We have to analyze what they give us. We have to analyze the data that they give us. We have to see if what we're doing is hurting ourselves, and if what they're doing is hurting us. Because they won't hesitate to let us know that, hey, yeah, there's too much black on black crime, but they won't never expose how they hurt us. The problem is we know that they hurt us.
Yeah, but there are greater wisdom and greater books of knowledge in the world, like the Nag Hammadi, the Vesica Pisa, all these different books that's out there of grand knowledge that comes from the Eastern Hemisphere. The Ambriatic Triad, we got to know this by now, that these are created. I mean, like, these are written by men like of higher order. Like, there's no credence to that.
But that's an assumption.
You are the credence. You're the credence that come from your mother. It's the only biological credence. You're the truest beyond any type of book. There's no validation to it.
And how
when you look at the Arabs, the Chinese, and all these people that's building up, what they're practicing is the true essence of tithing. If black people was tithing in its true essence, it wouldn't be no poverty. But when it comes to the Mexicans, the Asians, the Arabs, to me, they're practicing the true essence of tithing because they helping one another. They sharing.
Well, I mean, it's common sense. If you save money and you put money away to store it, you will have something to go and get. That's just, I mean, that's simple logic. It's nothing
right,
really.
But I'm just saying they share, like they share. If you look at it, right, a lot of them they share. That's the true essence of tithing. Like if black people was to practice the true essence instead of giving
economics. You got to learn the game. It's not no tithing. You have to learn economics. Period. You have to learn the game.
What I'm saying is, if we in a close knit community, right? If it's 13 houses and everybody sharing with each other, like if you low on bread and I'm low on this, I'm giving you this and you compensate me with that. That'll keep that circle, that community thriving. That's the true essence of tithing, in my opinion.
I see what you're saying. Like, that's like within some type of a small enclave. I mean, you can do that. You know, that sounds like old boy down in Cuba or some goddamn where. But we living in a concrete jungle right now that deals with corporations all across in their jurisdictions. So you have to consider that. And they're going to enforce their codes and statutes on you living within that. So you got to know how to defend yourself or have a fence of yourself of these codes that they try to deal with you, because this is how they interact with you. And they speak in another language, which is legal. And then since we don't know it, we have not tried to master it. And we keep trying to master other things, which we should. We done master oils, and I wrote another book, but no one tried to learn about these damn things that we are using, everything that affect us, that get our grandmother kicked out the fucking house because they say she didn't pay her mortgage or she didn't pay her taxes on the house that she already paid for in full. That makes no sense. So we as gods, Indians, and all this have to use our intelligence and start learning this game that we've been learned. And it will be redundant for us to keep understanding that the religions that we have been dealing with for the last 200-300 years have not done shit for us. That's the problem. That's the infiltration in your mind that keeps you getting from what you get.
But brother, that's just a
They had
hasty
a misunderstanding
generalization.
of it.
What you're doing is you're basically trying to break down the black mentality into the religious beliefs that they have. But when I look at the black community, it's not the church, it's not the mosque that's destroying the community. It's the fact that we're too stupid to recognize our own problems. Instead of trying to
Yeah,
create our hold on. Instead
no,
of
yeah,
creating our own clothing line, we pay money to Louis Vuitton and Gucci. You don't give a damn about us. We promote alcohol brands from champagnes to liquors. We set the trends, but none of the stuff that is part of that trend belongs to us. We take other people's brands and logos and make them hot, and then they become dependent upon us. When we go into our communities, it ain't us who owns our own businesses. But when you go to a white community, you don't see black people owning businesses in their communities. You don't see black people owning things in Asian communities, but you damn sure will see everybody else owning businesses in our communities. Yeah, you're right. It is
you
economics.
saying
But
the same thing
again,
I'm saying. You saying the same thing,
exactly.
just detailing it. But what I'm
But
saying is, but the people that we look up to, none of these people really talk about those things. They give us this social engineering pep talk rhetoric. Most of these people, none of these people talk about what I say, like empirical data will help us understand what we need to do with monetizing and all that. What we need to do over here, what type of food we need to eat, all these different things. But
yeah,
we
but that
come in,
But we have to
you know,
understand our own law. Like you said, we have to understand our own laws. That's the reason why when you look within a black community, you won't see zoning laws. So the zoning laws that aren't there, you have a liquor store you'll have liquor stores everywhere. They don't give a damn about how many schools is in the community or what's the proximity of a liquor store or how many fast food area restaurants you have within a square mile. But you go into a rich neighborhood or go into just a regular neighborhood that isn't black, you'll see zoning laws. There's only so many fast food restaurants. You can't have a liquor store within a mile or this many feet of a school. You don't have that in the black communities, and you don't hear our people fighting for these zoning laws. But the problem is we're too concentrated on the trivial. We
you hit right there. You said the people ain't fighting law, so it's the people. I agree with you.
Yeah,
It's mainly I understand it. It's the masses that's really fucking up the country.
yeah,
Blah, blah, blah.
definitely.
The elite 1% got they setting up the traps. But however, we talking supposedly 7 billion miles on the planet against a couple of fucking families. That's bad. That's real bad. That the intelligence that gotta be really fucking bad. If so, up on only fucking 13 families. We some dumb motherfuckers for real.
We need to get it together, man. That's what I be saying, man. I'm ready to make moves and really help us get together and get it together. I mean, we gotta support each other. You know, the point was paying tithes to a preacher who's just squandering the money and frolicking. That's one thing, but we should know better. We should know better.
Exactly.
On us.
It's
that's my
scripture
point.
that tells you. It's a scripture that tells you shouldn't pay. That the scripture that they use, I can't think of what book that is. It's the last book, Micah. It's in Micah chapter 4. It's explains that what the preachers use. They use that verse. I forgot what verse, but it's in chapter 4. I think it's 4:24. One of them. It tells them. I'm paraphrasing. It tells them that everybody has to pay their tithes. That's what the pastor used. But if you read the whole chapter, it was referring to the Pharisees that supposed to pay the tithes. I kid you fucking not.
But see, the thing is when we're talking about the law, we're talking about in a time when Israel had their own land to call their own. Not only do we not have our own land, but the problem is we're not under the law. And even Paul was a tent maker when he went and gave the word. Not to say that we can't give tithes if there is somebody who was a holy man who is doing hard work and you see that they're trying to keep the church going, they're not rich, they're not doing these foul things, then it's not even giving tithes, it's looking out for your family. That's what tithes is we're looking out for one another, especially those who upkeep the church. But it's not to say that there aren't people who will take the name of Christ and try to use it for their own advantage. both in the black community, where we'll see from the US within the Bible Belt all the way to Africa, you have all these fake pastors doing all these so-called fake miracles and basically bleeding their people. But that's not just a black problem. You have the white mega churches that do the same thing, but it's not just a Christian thing. It happens in Judaism, it happens in Islam. Matter of fact, what I see is capitalization has controlled the world. We have capitalized everything. We have capitalized information. Just going to a university to build yourself is not for free. It's capitalized. Everything costs money, even though the university is what should be a guaranteed right to everybody. You should want all your citizens to be educated. That's the sign of a healthy, strong nation. But we're so lost in it that we don't care about education. We don't care about the education that they even offer us when they do give it to us. We don't give a damn about standards because we don't have a set of standards. Everybody's walking around complaining, but with no solutions. And the problem is within our community, it affects us especially because we're already 50 yards behind everybody else. So if that's the case, we need to get it together, because when we were united, let's say even in the 70s and 80s, when they were fighting for these so-called civil rights, well, you saw that there was a surge in black education. And what ended up happening, you saw people starting to rise. But you saw the rise of hip hop and this trash, whatever you want to call it today, where it's then morphed into this even uglier monster where you have now we kill each other. It used to be, hey, what's up, brother? But now it's no, forget that. What's up, cuz? What up, blood? I'm shining on you. I'm not trying to build my mind. This is the life that we've come to accept, and not only accept but glorify. So until we can get past that problem, I'm not even looking nowhere else. Until we can get past the idea that something shiny around your neck don't mean a damn thing, that's the issue. That's the problem. Is our people, we got our minds focused on the wrong things.
Man, thank you for blessing us with that, Mo. Unfortunately, I'm gonna be cutting it short. I'm gonna have to go take care of some stuff and got some things got to take care of. Man, I appreciate y'all, man, on this, and even though this was off topic, man, but this is something that needs to be said, and we need to say this and start acting upon it every single day. Like, that's it.
Well, my bad if I took it off topic, man. I had just came in. I didn't hear what was happening before.
I kind of kicked it off in that direction. I really wanted to go there. So, and this is actually tied into it because, I mean, look at the comedic stuff. That is selling. That's a commodity. That's capitalism.
That's miseducation. That's that miseducation.
It's no capital. It's capital hard.
No, but I mean, look, the Rothschilds are connected to it. Ooh, they run a big portion of our money. They run our banks.
Yeah, there's nothing that should be trusted about them. And not a Rothschild, a Rockefeller, none of that. And especially no Coonan brother who would name himself after one of them too. That's what I'm saying.
Exactly. Jay-Z,
yeah. They mastered the science of philanthropy. That's what all this 501c3
breaking up.
They're using the charity trust on you, most of us, and signing with these groups. And they get that free money from the system, basically taken from our from our exclusion of our tax. Meaning everybody's an employee when you go to church, mosque, or any of these places. You're literally an employee, just like you work at McDonald's. You're supposed to do a W-4.
That's right.
That's the facts. I can prove. I can show people. Right.
Yeah, I know.
Literally. It's a bank. It's not yet exactly the books, but they have.
Your mic's breaking up, brother.
It's getting
perfect. You hear me? Yeah, it's probably. I'm walking around. This guy got bad area.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to hop off though. I gotta take care of some business, man. I really appreciate y'all coming in. Y'all definitely invited all the time. Doubt. Even Madone, no, I'm just playing. Madone came and dropped some music.
It's Madone, man. You know what I'm saying?
All right. Madone.
Madone Komet. And that name gonna last long, Lotus, because I'm not taking it off, brother, because I'm not losing this debate.
All right. Madone is in daydream world and land of make believe stuff and all that right now, but it's all good.
No, I'm gonna definitely show improve, man. You know how this language. Now this outside of Jabari and all the information they be trying to bring, man. The people I study with, they actually live in the land. You see what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
get ready.
Yo,
All right,
Yeah,
that's
some
what's up, fam? What's up, fam? What's up, Lotus?
It's
What's up,
some
everybody on
depth.
the panel?
what's up, Noon Dallas. What's good?
Peace, family. Hey, real quick, I just want
Peace.
to mention something real quick because I was listening to Lex and Soul of Mine, and I kind of came to this conclusion that what I've been knowing is I'm pretty sure all y'all know what I'm talking about when I say they try to charge us for everything that should be free. Like, you know, I know a lot of people are hard on the spiritual aspect and the religion, saying that it brought us down, but I disagree. But I just feel like they when other human beings try to sell you what should be free, that becomes the problem. Everything in this world is free. So now what they try to do, even with Obama, what they try to say the global warming. So now they trying to sell us air. They trying to actually sell you air to breathe. And what now the HOK has done is try to sell you your consciousness now. You see what I'm saying? This is what they're doing. Your consciousness should be free. You should be free.
Right. That's because they're going against the Messiah. See, the Messiah was the one who brought the liberty of conscience. Before that, people was going by what the Pharaoh said or what the ruler said. But see, now we had a liberty of consciousness, and it should be free, like you said.
That's right. I agree.
Right. This is what capitalism has done to us. They're charging you for things that we should already have, and we should already have. We get by birthright. We should be able to think and do what we want to do.
Yeah, that's in the Bible.
Consciousness, come on, man.
They're capitalizing on consciousness. It's ridiculous, dude.
Yeah, it's gonna fall.
Shalom, Yashar.
That's all I want to say, bro.
Shalom, family.
Shalom, fam.
Shalom, fam.
Yeah, I mean this is what they're doing, and look at the information I released. Madon, let me say it right, Madon.
You know, I stole it from an Arab. You know, because it's probably some shit he stole from us. So I took that.
All right.
Yeah, it means the light. It means the light for future reference.
I'm gonna hold you to that on Saturday. But that's what I was giving a hint to, that this information that I revealed in the live stream earlier. We should already know this. This shouldn't be no mystery. But the people who are capitalizing off of this, they're capitalizing off of consciousness. They're not going to tell you this. And then if you utter any of it, they're going to say, "Oh, that's a conspiracy." Wait a minute. The people that capitalized off of Egypt and made the most money off of stealing the artifacts and breaking stuff and shaving down artifacts and walls and rewriting stuff, you mean to tell me the ones that made all the money off of it, the Rothschilds, it's a conspiracy when it's documented? They don't want you to have it because they have capitalized consciousnessism. And that is very, very wicked. It's in every spiritual teachings how wicked and evil that is. Period. No way around it.
Yeah, you know, niggas, melanin people help do this now. You know, the white man ain't create most of these inventions. You know, Negroes create some of this shit now. So we gotta look at this shit in omni form. We can't throw all the evil and bad to the white man and all that shit. It don't work that way.
That's right.
Evil. He ain't the beginning of evil. He ain't the master of evil. Sorry, he's not. That's why he's so concerned with us. Because if we really turn evil on his ass, we'll look like the Moors that was on him.
Our Elder Coakley told us about them people from our side.
Sure did.
You know, so we can get ugly. You know, they don't like us getting into our real shit. You know, look on the zombie Indians, how the zombie Indians, you know, what the rituals that they did. This is dealing with the real voodoo, the dance, the ghost dance, the sun dance, and all that, those dances. Because what we do in our dance, we learn what we think in our mind will come to consciousness on the planet, meaning animals and goddamn weather will listen to us. We'll be a walking heart machine.
Yeah, that's why they gave them BET. It wasn't Black Entertainment. It was Boulay Entertainment.
All right.
That's perfect.
Good. Boulay Entertainment, bro, and that's exactly what it is, man.
Yeah, that's what it is, man.
Put the chicken there, the
That's
ran, he ran them over there.
that's what's entertaining. It's dumbing us down while it entertains them.
Exactly. Literally, man. We had some other people that joined on earlier. Huey P. Nonsense, I think, and Empress. My Empress. Ooh wee. Let me see here. Let me get these names right. Let me get them right. Hold on, y'all. Before we cut out here. All right, I can't see it. I lost it. Where's it at? There we go. Okay. Yeah, Huey P. Honorable admiration to everyone in the chat that came in, took time, hopped in. We'll give about 5-15 minutes, go in a little, and then I got to cut out. Original Copper Empress Holbert, she was in there for a minute. That sister goes in. Boy, she went in to the AM last night and woke up and started going in again. That's what's up. Man, I really appreciate everyone coming in, man. So right now, I'm gonna, everybody, let's go in on this. And these things that are necessities to our living today. Unfortunately, the meta-netter nonsense is not really that important. More people know about Jesus than they know about a Heru shirt or whatever, Ankh. Although it's popular, but more people will revert to talking about Muhammad, Buddha, what do the Catholics call on? Mary, and Jesus to the Christians. This stuff is far more important than this meta-netter nonsense, but I had to deal with it and expose it. And I want to expose this before I cut out on that. This is gonna be like, why you do that? So I want to show something again, man. I'm gonna go in on this real quick, y'all. Let me see my screen showing. Real quick, want y'all to see it. So it's like, where does this information come from? I get a lot of my stuff from books, and then I bust it out. I want to read a little something right here. It said, by 1903, the Aryan racial mystic George Lanz von Liebenfeld was laying the foundation for the Ordo Novi Templi, a racist occult order that foreshadowed Hitler's SS. In 1906, the Ordo Templi Orientis, that's the OTO, which practiced a system of sex magic borrowed from their other magical borders of its time, was established. And in 1912, Aleister Crowley, for whom sexual deviance, religious heresy, and occult practices were the breath of life, took charge of the OTO in England and America and proclaimed to his new Templars a gospel very nearly identical with von Hammer Purgstall's fantasies. Just wanted to share that cutout, man. Let's go in.
Yeah, I got a name for him. I'm gonna send it through the back check too. His name is Raphael Lemkin. Raphael Lemkin. That's Lemkin. Very important. This is the white dude that actually coined the word what you call genocide, but also the word ethnocide, to help us understand how he coined it, because the Muslims in the 1900s still had the Armenians, white people, enslaved, fucking them up. And he put out a lot of policies through the UN and all that to try to stop the shit or whatever. They killed him and shit. They fucked him up. He died broken, everything. So there's some real shit going on out here, man. But it's key what he was pushing, because they keep having us use the word genocide. We really should be using the word ethnocide, because ethnocide is just as worse as genocide within itself. It's the process thereof. That how they do it based on us, declassifying us, giving us different names, different brandings, simultaneously taking over our culture. This is what ethnocide deals with. So the terminology we're not using correctly, because we still here. Ain't no genocide, we still here. That's why ain't nothing. That's why there's no reparations, no restitution, none of that shit. Yeah, it's deep. I'm gonna send it through the back. It's deep, and I'm gonna.
With that, man. That's something we need.
It's a hammer. It's a real hammer. because it explains verbatim what we really trying to say and what we trying to push out. The people recognize this as a whole, or what this corporation has done to this land. It's not America that's bad; it's the United States corporation that's on this land, or in all these other corporations.
Right. And the fact of the matter is, the U.S. corporation is lawless. They don't have any guidelines because they went bankrupt. Along with the rest, I think it was some you probably know, Saudi. It was like 4 other states. But the reason why they had to create the Geneva Convention.
Well, we touching on it. All right, man. We gotta continue this. I'm doing a day thing. You know what I'm saying? You got Lex Vortex, Solo Mind doing a day thing. You got the Dagger Spork Squad, Garfield A. Reed, Garfield A. Greed doing. He's on like 40 whatever day on Dane Calloway. Well, that cloud chaser stuff is nonsense, man. I would love to have y'all brothers on here consistently, man. Especially talking about this. I love talking about multiple things. I can't focus, and I nail a topic like it's never been nailed before when I deal with empirical data. That's one of my favorite words, by the way. But I'd love to have y'all on here talking about this, man. We all, my good brother Abe fell, he bounced out. But man, thank y'all for coming in, participating, and I hope everyone was able to find something and heard something today that they can utilize in their daily living and go about their day in a positive way. Nonetheless, brother Sia, unknown, he remains unknown, which I don't knock you for doing it. The Moors want to get on your head because then they can't,
I just haven't operated my phone yet. I don't care who they know, man. I don't have none of this. These people know this consciousness out here.
There's people with that
they should be going on too long. Man.
That's right. I know. I'm just joking because I was gonna make a status correction joke because they can't get you to do a status correction with an unknown name. That was a little joke I was gonna throw out there. But
the people that call themselves Moors, people who call themselves Moors, bumps in the road with a couple of people who are. I know people who pimp it. People names having to sign shit to join their temples, and they doing taxations on your shit at the end of the year. See, I know how much knowledge they think they help. I know what they're doing, and I can really hurt every last one of them if I put out the real. I'm talking about the real deal. We talking IRS. These people, man. That's why I said, man, people are motherfucker, boy. I'm telling you, it's a game. It's a game, and they helping. I'm not saying people ain't helping in a way. Still, people giving knowledge and all that, but they ain't telling what they getting on the back door of it, just like everybody else.
Honorable admiration to my Moorish brothers. I got a lot of, but yeah, I know, and a lot of them will admit that. So to Harkup,
I learned it from them. I mean, I learned from this stuff. You come out of it. You learn. You grow. I phased out.
Boy, you hitting them with the pun.
Okay. Disrespect them. I mean, shit. People killed a lot of motherfuckers across the land. They history of motherfuckers, so they can't talk.
That's right, man. All fair love and love and war, man. So my brother, beautiful, man. I didn't even expect this at the end, man. We had our Flat Earth brother come in for a moment, and we had the beautiful Copper Empress Hoper. Oh boy, man, I'm in love with her. Don't tell my lady, y'all. But it's all good, man. We'll be here again. We'll go day 3, Dagger Squad, NBK, and Amin Raw Squad. Netter on trial. Maybe we'll get one of them to come in. Who knows? Maybe.
I got a question before you leave. So everybody's still calling Mother Earth, mother, woman, female, lady, Becky? So we it's Mother Becky now. It's flat. It's just Mother Becky. Fuck it.
Yeah,
that's what we doing now.
I knew Saudi was going with that too.
This is what we doing now, man.
I know where you going.
We call it Mother Earth Becky. I'm through with this shit, man. I'll never make that argument. I'm like, are you kidding me? We finna argue about this shit.
Hey, can you knock them? They worship Mara. That's a Becky right there.
Hey, Becky and Earth, man. That's fucked up. That's just too bad.
Yeah, all bad.
it's not even really important anyway. Because if it's flat, now what? Can you cure diseases?
Boom.
Can you get a
There it
good
is.
food? Can you get a non-GMO apple? Well, that ain't doing nothing for me. So that's irrelevant. That's why I say our minds are on the man. That shit. I crush niggas when they come. Man, fuck the flat earth. Fuck the round earth. How about feed these babies?
That's right.
You see what
I'm with you on that.
the hell's going on here, man? That shit, everybody trying to be a super fucking science. What the fuck? We ain't even learned grand mathematics yet. We don't even know how to do mathematics. And that's a real game. That's how you build bridges in downtowns and shit.
Tinkara, what's up, fam?
In the building, yeah, I'm gonna get my flat earth buddies on you, man.
Oh, they calling it Earth Becky. Just put that out there. Earth is Becky now. I'm gonna give me a T-shirt and make it.
Fine, man. I'm getting a T-shirt with a turtle with rocket boosters.
That's right.
Shit.
I love it, man. We about to cut out. I'm gonna hop in the other hangout with Copper, everybody in there. They even got a member from Team Osiris in there. I call him Eyeball, One Drop.
Where's
I'm
it?
gonna hop. Yeah, there's a hangout there right now.
Oh, okay. Cool.
I gotta take care of something.
Do you think, man?
Yeah.
Yeah, appreciate coming in, Tinkara.
Yeah.
Brother, man.
Good show, Logan.
I appreciate it, man.
Appreciate it, family.
Peace to the brothers and sisters of the feather.
Alito the turtle and High Mama.
That's right, man. Hey, I used to want to be a Ninja Turtle when I was younger, man. So I love it.
Oh yeah, Little Turtle was the Miami tribe.
There it is. Hey, you know what? Before I go, let me drop some of that turtle. Drop some of that turtle information. We actually have clans that have the animal, the actual turtle. The name is Hadinia Daniel. I'm not pronouncing it with the proper accent though. Hadinia Daniel. In fact, let me show y'all, man. Show you one of those.
Y'all done started something. I'm probably going to look on. Yeah, I'm going to find out why I ain't think of that.
I got all the animals.
I guarantee it's a connection with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Damn right.
Well, I can tell you the connection.
Almost guaranteed that.
I can tell you the connection with the Teenage Mutant Turtle, at least from when I was.
Some of his rip, y'all. I love to end it with that, man. There's some notes I took from about my family in the different clans and tribes and representations of it. Man, I love to go in.
All the Ninja Turtle names match up with the Renaissance painters that whitewashed everything.
That's right. That's right, man. So we got 1 minute, y'all. I gotta go take care of this business, man. Hey, we'll be back tomorrow around this same time. Right, around this same going in. Dagger Squad, NBK Raw Squad, man, what's going on? It's not aggressive. I'm not Pharaoh exposing y'all shit. I'm just exposing your grandmasters, teacher. That's all. Just showing the information y'all wouldn't show because y'all capitalizing off of consciousness. I'm gonna have to use that one. That was a good information that was put out. And peace, man. Thank everybody for the panel for coming in. Everybody decided to watch. You know what I'm saying? And we out. Till tomorrow.